Yo. Gotta move the mic closer. What is up, everyone? We are back, guys. Grand Finals Day. It is the last day of Blitz Diamond Cup NA. Hope you guys are excited. This is going to be a good one. we saw yesterday, first set, Joker Origin, classic clash between the two North American Titans. Went to a tiebreaker, Joker took it. They won upper bracket finals as well. We watched that happen. They 4-0'd Oblivion there in Grands. Over on the other side of things, Oblivion kicked Apex's butt 4-0, and then Apex going down to the loser side also lost to Origin 4-0. So they are out in 4th place without getting a single win on the day. So they are in 4th with, I believe, $3,000. I really quickly did want to go over and show you guys the rules again for the tournament, or at least the regulations. So let me go ahead and open that up here. We'll just go in game here, and you guys can see at the very bottom, first place 23,000, second place 13,000, third place 6, and fourth place 3 grand. So each player on Apex going away with 300 USD. Congrats to them on making top 4, but they're not going to be able to get this team, or no, they do get the team yellow. They don't get the professional green, stellar background, all that stuff that the top 2 teams are getting. And they don't get the clan logo either, so unfortunate, sad, but you know, someone's got to go down, and it was Apex today. So we're going to be starting off with 3 teams remaining. I don't know if they updated the bracket graphic here. If we click on this, maybe they have, maybe they haven't. They have. Okay, so yeah, Joker beat Origin, Oblivion beat Apex, and Origin beat Apex. They didn't update this to show Joker here for some reason, but Joker is here. Oblivion and Origin, this is the first set that we're going to be watching. That'll start soon. There's not a set time at which it's starting. I think Tolian estimated 10 minutes past the hour, but they're going to be running things manually today. So typically the tournament is fully automated and everything, but today for grand finals, they are doing it manually. So we'll be getting that invite. I don't know when we're getting it, but should be all good. Looks like, oh, it's in a training room. Okay, perfect. So let me really quickly get that going. Actually, I should probably hide the screen if I'm doing this, yeah. I don't know how much of this I can show. Probably can't show the room yet. So we're not going to. Maps have been selected manually this time around, so oftentimes in the automated process, the maps are picked just based on however they were assigned by Tolian. But today, each of the teams had like a pick ban phase where a certain team doesn't want a map to be played, so they'll ban it, and then the captains will choose from the remaining maps, and they'll alternate kind of, not necessarily full alternation, but that's basically what the process is looking like. So it's going to be a best of 7, but it's going to be played on 7 different maps. And for some reason I accidentally closed my notes here. It's a little awkward. But I do have those maps. And also, the rewards portal is going to be starting shortly, and I would like to show you all how to do that as well. So let's go ahead and get started there. The first thing is, of course, if you guys are on YouTube or Twitch, then you all are going to see links in the chat. And if you are on APAC, NA, or EU, if your account's on any of those servers, you can watch for rewards. It doesn't matter what server that you play on, but you click the link corresponding to the server where your account is. And you want to make sure to log in, guys. In the very top right, I can see my username. I'm logged in as 34, which is me. Good, right? Wargaming has to know who you are in order to give you the rewards, right? If you're just watching on YouTube or watching on Twitch, Wargaming has no idea who to send the rewards to. So to do that, they set up the website. So I've got links pinned in the Twitch chat and in the YouTube chat. So go ahead, you're going to see something that looks like this. For some reason it's in Korean. It won't be in Korean for you, but that's fine. But what you want to do is make sure that you've got this thing on the right. Make sure that you're logged in. You're going to be seeing rewards. They're going to be active for 2 hours and 35 minutes. And out of that time, you need to be watching for 2 hours and 25 minutes and 10 seconds. And you're going to be getting a crate every 11 minutes, 10 seconds. They've just divided it into 13 sections of 11 minutes, 10 seconds. And for every 11 minutes, 10 seconds that you watch, you'll earn a crate. Now, I did want to open the crates on stream today. I was going to save them just to show you the things that you can get, but unfortunately, there is a little bit of a bug where you don't actually open the crates yourselves. They will get credited to your account, and they'll immediately get taken away, and you get the rewards like randomly instead. So it automatically opens the crates for you. It's a little bit annoying, and I know people love gambling. It's like the thrill of the chances, right, that gets people excited. So unfortunately, that kind of has been removed, but the crates are still there, and you can go ahead and watch for rewards. So yeah, make sure that you guys are logged in. That's the most important part, top right. Make sure you accept cookies, because the website needs to be able to track you in order to make sure that you're watching the stream, and it has to be maximized on your computer. You can't really just have it off minimized while you're doing other things. You have to actively have it open. Wargaming has it set that way. So make sure it's maximized. It's the front tab. I think it's fine if you can put it on your second monitor. That's totally cool. People in the chat were saying it worked yesterday. But yeah, make sure that you are logged in, you've accepted cookies, and that you have the tab actually open. And yeah, you're going to see two numbers at the bottom of the screen. One of them is going to be blue. One of them is going to be tan. Or sorry, no, gray. I meant to say gray. And if the blue one's ticking up, it's counting you. And if it's gray ticking up, that means it's not counting you. And if your gray timer gets too long, if it gets more than 9 minutes, 50 seconds, or 10 minutes long, you're going to be starting to miss out on rewards. So make sure that everything is open and good. So yeah, we can go ahead and start. I want to look at what's going on with the room. I don't want to show it because I'm not sure how the teams are set up yet. But yeah, no one is quite showing up just yet. So we're just chilling alone in the room for now. Just hanging out. Say hello to everyone in the chat. We got Loldensome Polecat. What's up? Draconic, Jim, Impy, Breeze, Trath, the Devil, TK, Sergio, 3Ball, Zach. Hello, hello. Welcome everyone in the chat. Hope you are enjoying. I can start to set up the training room. I think I know which team is which. But it is in a training room, actually, not in a tournament room, which are automated. These are going to be done manually. So that's nice. It basically means they don't have to worry about people not reading up. Also, I believe all of the players are in a Discord call just for referees to see everyone doing stuff, making sure that everyone's legit. All the accounts are verified. I'm not exactly sure why they're doing that this time around, because there's no broadcast. Usually they did that for the webcams, but I guess even for the regular broadcasts, they're doing that. Oh, looks like Tolian's watching one and Keehan's watching the other, so that's cool. Very nice. Awesome. Also, guys, yesterday we played that one video, the interviews that I did with all of the teams. You guys received that very kindly, and I want to thank you all for the positivity about that. That was a lot of fun to make, and I hope that you guys enjoyed watching it. Again, shout out to my editor Breeze, shout out to all the players, shout out to all the special guests who made clips. That was amazing. But yeah, we're going to be playing that again today. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, then it's for you. But yeah, essentially, we played a video yesterday, and I wanted to play it again today because I'm assuming that today we're going to be having a lot more people than yesterday. But yeah, so in between sets, we've got some player interviews. And then hopefully after the season ends, after Grand Finals, I'll be able to pull someone into VC and have a live conversation with them as well. But we'll see. I haven't messaged anyone yet. I was going to wait until Grands, and then once the two teams in Grands were set, I was going to message them. Like, I didn't want to go ahead and do it early, although I guess I probably should have, but I just didn't. Yesterday, people were crying because they need more time. Yeah, go ahead. You guys don't want to miss out on time. The portal should be started 3 minutes ago, I believe, so make sure you guys are logged in at this point. It's important if you want to get rewards. When was the last time Ranger saw the sun? When was the last time you didn't try to pay a team to throw, Mr. Lion King? Get out of my chat, bro. I heard some stories, man. Okay, anyway. Well, enough of that. Blue timer isn't working, then log in, accept cookies, make sure the tab is open. Unfortunately, I can't give you support. The official Watt Blitz server might have some people that can help, but myself and my mods are not equipped to handle everything right. I have to actually pay attention to watching the games, so yeah. I am not gonna start showing the room maybe for this first game, because I don't know when they're gonna start it, so I don't really want to show it early, because if people are readied up and then takes over 3 minutes for them to start, I don't know if it'll come to that, but we'll see, I guess. I don't know. What's up, Christian? Welcome. Welcome, Sushan. To everyone in the YouTube and Twitch chats, yo, what's up, Meep? Welcome. Specifically to 34. Hey, respect my mods too, man. Respect the mods. But yes, thank you. I appreciate it. Welcome. Greetings from Malaysia. Awesome. Cool to see my international viewers pulling up today. Everyone wants those rewards, huh? That's awesome. Good to have you all here. I am super excited for today. I didn't pay attention to see how many people were waiting for the stream to start before I went live. But the portal kind of messes with the views, but I don't really care about the views too much. I was just kind of curious to see how many people were in here. Yesterday, we had a good number, and since it's Grands, you know, I expect to see a good amount, but I have no idea what that number is actually. Anyway, talk about the teams a little bit. Again, I don't really want to show the leaderboard or the training room before everyone's ready. Origin's not fully in the room. Oblivion, I think they are all in the room, but no one's rated in the right tanks yet. But to talk a little bit about the teams, Oblivion, they are, I guess I can show the rosters real quick, right? We can go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and show the rosters at least. We've got Ranger, the captain of Oblivion, and then players would be Akame, Amorax, Even Steven, Mista, ZZ, Gentleman, Ghost, N13, and Ryukasu. That is Oblivion. They are going to be playing against Origin, although these are not accurate. These are not the maps being played, so don't worry about that because it's being done in a training room and the maps is actually picked manually, and I can go over those in a bit. But it's led by Cora, and we have Call Me Daddy, High Remorse, Lacris, Archangel, Rob, Fortunite, Bubba Vernon, Whiskey, and Playmaker. And yeah. Exclamation, yeah, nice. Video's cool, I appreciate it. What's up, Platter? At least that trash can blue in the top of you. That's wild. That's wild. But yeah, those are the teams. Now, I do want to hide again as we go back to the maps. But the maps are going to be Naval, Castilla, Dynasty, Helis, Canal, Rockfield, and New Bay. So those are going to be the maps. Certain teams picked certain ones. I didn't write those down. I do have that info, but I don't really want to dig for it right now because we're going to be getting started soon. I guess I can do that really quick. Maybe, yeah, I'll take a brief note of those things. All right. Okay, got it. So the first, fourth, and sixth, the maps were picked by Origin, and the rest were picked by Oblivion. I think the last map might have been Process of Elimination, I think. So, yeah, Oblivion picked maps 2, 3, and 5, and then I think the last one, Process of Elimination. So that means first map, Naval, was an Origin pick. Twitch stream is ahead of YouTube, only by a little bit. Yeah, that's just because YouTube's a little slow, but it's about the same. 3 minutes of delay is what I have set on my computer. So the time it takes for me to do things, my YouTube will hold on to it, or sorry, my computer will hold on to it for 3 minutes. Then after 3 minutes, it'll ship things out. And then it's up to Twitch and YouTube to figure out how fast to bring it to your screens, right? Twitch is a little bit faster. They got a little bit less delay. But 3 minutes guaranteed for both of them because my computer physically doesn't release the footage for 3 minutes after things happen. So it gets stored in RAM, so you need a little bit of RAM if you want to stream. Thank you to Takefusa, by the way, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it. Hello. I appreciate you stopping by. Thanks for the 5. I'm super excited for today. I hope that you enjoy the stream. And Rorschach with the Prime sub. Thank you, Rorschach. Very kind. Appreciate you guys' support today. Make sure the other guy's mic is enabled for interviews. Thank you, Copenhagen. I appreciate it. $700 in the stream first started. Let's go. Not bad. Yeah, it drops during the the waiting time. Or it drops when the portal starts, but I'm not worried about it at all. Alright, looks like the rooms each have 7 players, so we're good there. It's just a matter of everyone readying up in the correct tanks. But I am still averse to showing the room before the tournament starts, so I think we'll show the room in between games, because they're going to do like a countdown of a couple minutes each, but I don't think I want to show the room until everyone's all readied up and good to go. What's up, Springtrap? Welcome to the stream. You got Meep. I think I said hi to Meep. Alamo. A lot of y'all in chat. Guys, if you can see chat, you guys are not in the portal. Unless you, of course, have the portal on a second monitor, which is cool, but if you want rewards, you can't be watching through Twitch or YouTube. You have to go to the portal. It's linked in the chat, and you can also go to the Watt Blitz website. That was another thing. I forgot to show that. Let me do that really quickly. So if you guys are on the Watt Blitz website, I'll just go to the home, right here, just Watt Blitz home, wattblitz.com, tournaments, and then it's not under future, it's under current, or right here, Blitz Diamond Cup North America, it's this big one. And you want to click on this one. It looks like it's the first one. That's a W. Mine's on there first. And it's the one with the bars, but that's me. So if you want to watch me specifically, that's the one you want to open, and there you guys go. So, yeah. I'm going to go back to just chatting because, again, I don't want to show things before they're ready to be shown. But the players are starting to ready up in their tanks. So I think I will actually go ahead and show it at this point. I don't think it's going to take another 3 minutes. So we'll go ahead, guys. We can show briefly Oblivion versus Origin. Naval Frontier is going to be the first map, but it's only going to be played for 1 game. So we're not going to be seeing both of the spawns swap. The way that the map picks and bans work, I think what happens is Origin picked the map and Oblivion picked the spawn. So Oblivion's going to be in the north spawn. They're the green team for this run, but Origin was the one who picked the map. Hearing applause, is that a sound effect? Or is that just part of the music? I think that's just part of the music. It's weird, but okay. It looks like we're ready, though. So I guess I can go ahead and introduce the map. I don't know. The timing's going to be a little bit weird for this in 1-1, but maybe we can just do it once they press battle. I'll have to be quick with it, huh? But yeah. As for these two teams playing each other, they have played, I believe, once in top 8. I don't think we watched that one, but Oblivion did beat Origin 4-2 when these two teams played in top 8. That was the only time they faced, to my knowledge, in this season. So Oblivion does have the head-to-head right now, but Origin looked really good yesterday, and they put up a way better fight against Joker than Oblivion did. So there's something to think about there, although Oblivion did win the head-to-head. So that might be what matters more in you guys thinking about how the things went. Anyway, looks like we are going to go ahead and get started. I will introduce Naval. And we get going. Thank you for the sub from Boss Cage. Welcome to the stream. I saw your comment yesterday on YouTube. Welcome, welcome. All right, I loaded in a little bit late, but we are fine. The clips are still rolling anyway. Ooh, blind fire did happen, although you guys didn't see it. The interview is still rolling. Or sorry, the intro is still rolling. But Cora did get hit by a blind fire. The Oblivion F3's crossing to A side. Origin doing the same. Now, Oblivion is all heavies right now. They have a Type 5 in the mix. Origin doesn't have all 7 heavies. They actually have only 6 of them. Of course, sorry, I meant to say 5. The Ho-Ri there. Call me Daddy as well as the T100. But both teams have crossed to the A corner. Right now, Oblivion has the extra tank there. Origin going to rotate up top with one of their F3s and the light to see if there's anything up top. They're not going to find anything, though. Tension going to build over on the A side of the map. Oblivion's got the Kron all the way in the back, maybe to sneak something into Cora or Rob, but they both get unlit, so that's a blind fire. Origin knows that there's something in that bush. And they're going to go for a C grab. Oblivion not really having anything to reset the base. Now, interestingly, we do see a Type 5 Heavy here in the middle holding things down for Oblivion. Origin shadowing it with the Ho-Ri. Potentially looking to blind fire. Doesn't hit anything, though. So Origin has the cap lead in this first game. I'm used to seeing Oblivion with blue and Origin with red just because they're logos, so I'm going to have to remember that it's the other way around this time. Even though obviously the text is on screen and I can see it. Sometimes I just look at the colors faster than the text itself. Oblivion trying to blind fire at the Ho-Ri's presumed location, and there we go, he's spotted. He backs out, not going to take any hits quite yet. Tension is building. Oblivion's going to have to do something about the caps at some point, but we're only 2 minutes into the game. There's plenty of time. Only 100 points have ticked up for Origin. Now, of course, because of the two lineups, Origin having two less heavy tanks because of the Ho-Ri and the light tank, they are much lower in the HP just by virtue of the team lineups. Oblivion having 18k because they're running all 7 heavies. But that's not really what matters a whole lot in the early game, although late game, HP will start to become more of a factor, the difference. But early game, not so much. Because you still have all of your tanks alive, you can make plays with all the guns. Now, Origin keeping the light tank up top for information. They rotated Playmaker back down a while ago. Kame will oppose the light. Still, things are pretty slow, although Forza90 taking a shot trying to cross up top towards A, where N13 is located. Ho-Ri, by the way, rotating all the way around to see maybe if he can put shots into N13 from his position. The tank is lit. Ho-Ri shadowing, does put it in. Not spotted either. So good rotation from Origin. Do they start making a play, though? They know they're losing a lot of HP on this side, although Ranger's taking a bit of damage of his own. Oblivion, though, they have grabbed C with a Kame. Light tank playing pretty far back to float, but N13's taking good hits from that Ho-Ri. He's already getting a little bit low. Oblivion gonna start making their move. They've got the reactive armor going. Origin, though, they're turning for Ranger. But Oblivion sees Forza90 here, and N13 going all the way around will be able to clean that one up. Ho-Ri not going to be able to save that, and the first kill goes to Oblivion. It's Forza90, but they are way down on the HP. Oblivion have been able to hold on to a lot because of it. Kame does get the kill in High, though. Didn't see what happened to High. Did Dizzy sneak in a shot? ZZ in the Type 5 Heavy. Didn't quite see the HP that he lost, but all of a sudden, things are much better for Oblivion. They lose their first tank of the fight. Quora, one-shot gentleman's going to be looking for that kill. He's not going to be running the 2 and 5B this game, as you can see. It's pretty much all F3s. Rob the next target. Ryukasu can start dumping his clip. Gentleman's going to try to reload for the kill. Missed shot from the Kron, though. Ranger missing as well, or was that for Call Me Daddy? Either way, it didn't connect. Akame going to be in danger with that Ho-Ri, although Call Me Daddy going to take a hit there. Rob picked off, though. Oblivion still got 6 tanks alive. Call Me Daddy not able to roll high enough for the kill on Akame. And he will eventually fall, but not before being able to put out the rest of his clip. Playmaker quite low, fighting against ZZZ, who should only just need an HE shot to get the kill. The rest of Oblivion's going to be crawling onto Whiskey Tango, who is alone against 4 tanks over there. He will not survive. It's just a matter of how long. ZZ actually just going for the shot on Call Me Daddy. I don't hate that play, actually. Getting a kill is nice, but when you have a big 800 alpha gun with that premium ammo for the Type 5 Heavy, it makes sense to just put out the damage. Playmaker gets picked off by the rest of Oblivion's tanks, and they are going to take game 1 here with a nice late game advantage. They were able to hold their HP, get the first 2 kills in the game as well. I did not see what happened to Lightronics, but I'm guessing the Type 5 Heavy put something big into him, because Akame would not have been able to get that kill alone with so many tanks on him. So really well played. I'm curious to see how much damage he did. But that's a rough start. for Origin. And Hai Yao, 265 damage. Tough start to the set. We'll see if he can pick it up. But that's game one. Map is going to swap now. Next one is going to be Castilla. And this was an Oblivion pick. So Origin got to choose the spawn. I'm assuming they picked North, but we'll see. But Oblivion's already got their lineup ready, it seems. Screen is black with no audio. That doesn't sound very good. I would say make sure you've accepted cookies. Maybe clear your cache, re-accept cookies, and make sure you logged in as well. That's important if you're watching through the portal. I don't know what's up about account being blocked. Some people had that issue yesterday. I think they said send in a ticket. But guys, if you need support, this isn't the best place for it. Go to the Blitz official Discord, and they might be able to support you better. Anyway, map has not changed yet. I don't know what's going on here. There we go, Castilla. And they need to set the correct spawn. There we go. So it's actually, yep, it's going to be Origin taking North. Not surprised at all. The team that picks the map does not get to pick spawns, and North is typically preferred. Origin's going to keep the Ho-Ri in the game. They've got the same exact lineup, actually. Ho-Ri and Light Tank. And a TD is very useful in the North spawn of Castilla with all of the large view ranges that it has, or the, I guess, the viewing angles it has, I should say. North spawn tends to be better for that. The TD positions are much higher. In terms of elevation, you can see a lot more across the map. And Castilla is, of course, nicknamed Camp Stia by the player base. Somewhat endearingly, somewhat out of hate. But the games are interesting. That's something you can't argue. Competitive games on Castilla are drawn out and exciting. We're waiting to start here. Don't know what we're waiting on. But it's all good. Maybe they just have a bit of a timer like themselves, but we don't see a timer at all today. But we can go ahead and introduce Castilla. I should probably turn off the little timer display here in the training room overlay since there isn't one. Now the T100, actually, you guys can't see it. Yeah, this isn't quite working with the map intros. I'll have to do them a little bit earlier, and then if it's too early, oh well, not a big deal. But Origin actually going for the self boost with the T100 high was able to do it. He's been practicing those, I'm sure. Oblivion looks like they want to potentially send a couple tanks to B. I don't know if they're just resetting or if they're actually going to be going for it. Normally, if you see an early B grab from South Spawn, it's with light tanks. Yeah, no, they're just playing defensive. I didn't expect them to fully go for it. 2 patents for Oblivion. They're going to be going for early spotting. They don't find anything until Korra puts a shot into Ryukasu. But Whiskey's going to take a shot in return. ZZ all the way in the F3, though, getting hit. I think Oblivion now knows that the T100 is boosted. They might try going for some blind shots, but Hai is not quite sitting in that corner. Typically, if you sit directly in that corner right there, you're going to get blind shot pretty easy. So if you're a little bit ways away, you're typically safe here. You can see that's exactly where they're blind shooting, so. A little bit of tension building, though. Oblivion's going to be starting to push forward. Look at Akame and N13 sneaking all the way around those buildings. They want to put shots into Whiskey Tango. Ranger going to be peeking in from A to put a full clip into the rear. He's going to take some shots from the supporting Origin tanks, though. N13 gets nuked, though. Counter push from Origin, and they take him out quickly. The Whiskey Tango falls as well. Akame trying to keep himself safe from Rob, Playmaker, Korra. He drops into the river, so Oblivion now has 3 tanks in the water here. It's an awkward position to fight back from, but Oblivion is a little bit down positionally. They have good bleeds into Korra, who's a clear low HP target if needed, but he's extremely safe. It's going to be hard for Oblivion to get themselves out of this scenario. That Ho-Ri's got pretty good position to bully Oblivion for trying to leave. Also, of course, Origin having that light tank, he'll just be able to rotate around and grab C for free. And that's going to put cap pressure on Oblivion. Origin's looking really good this time around with a 2k HP lead. Looks like Oblivion, they're pulling their tanks out of the river at least. Akame is backed out, ZZ going to as well. Ranger still is pretty stuck, but not necessarily a position where he is in danger quite yet. He can easily fall back here. Isn't able to get shot by anyone. This building pretty safe for him. And if you want to shoot from this central area, you kind of have to drive all the way up because of this bridge providing cover. Right now, it's not clear exactly what Oblivion's plan is. It looks like they want to rotate a little bit more towards C for some sort of play. Of course, they did get a kill on a Whiskey, so they're not completely at a disadvantage. Also, I like that idea. I don't know if you saw what Gentleman just did. He actually he's blind firing the trees right now. You can see those falling. Doesn't want to drive into them. He wants to potentially use those as camo. Looks like Oblivion wants to go for a base A grab, and they might be able to get away with it depending on if Call Me Daddy can hit the blind shot or not. But it doesn't even look like he has a way of resetting at the moment. Call Me Daddy is going to sit right here in a spot where he has no angle. He's going to try to shoot that tree on the right. On his right, at least. But Gentleman's not there. He shot it down. Big brain play. They at least stopped the cap differential from going. But they still have to make up the cap deficit they have. Court and Akame are going to be spotting each other with the proxy. It is interesting how Korra is the tank that rotated all the way over there, the low HP tank, and 4-90, who was saying there earlier, he's full HP. They want to use his hit points more towards A, so it's a matter of Origin managing their hit points well, or potentially a counter push, although they don't need to push anything quite yet. They still have, of course, the cap lead. Oblivion, not a whole lot they can do about it right now. Even if they want to step C, there is plenty of protection between high spotting all the way up top in the T100. By the way, really good shots into Ranger, who drove way out of that cover that I was talking about being safe for him. You drive out of it, yeah, you're going to get hit hard. And Ranger is now only in 500-something hit points. That's a push target for Origin if they want to make a move for it. And it looks like 4-90 might even want to. Starting to put the pressure on. Ranger will have a shot in, but another cross map from high. He's having a much better game this time around. Oblivion is going to go for a C grab, but what's the rest of their team doing? They're not supporting Akame, and he's just going to get nuked out for free. He's going for the push on Korra, but that's not going to do anything. Not going to be able to get that kill quite yet. Rest of Oblivion, though, looks like they want to push in through B, find Playmaker and Rob, but they're not going to see anything. And for tonight, he gets pretty much a free kill on Ranger. He's lost some HP, but that's absolutely worth it. Good shots from the middle from ZZ, but it doesn't matter. Another tank goes down for Oblivion, and it is now a 6v4. They're trying to put pressure on the B base, but even that might not be enough. At this point, the game might not go down to caps. Oblivion's not going to have enough time to overtake by grabbing another base. They can't win on caps is what I meant to say. They have to win on kills here. And they don't have anything that they can really get. Rob, I say that, Rob keeps peeking, so he does get picked off, so that's one. But they have to keep going, and right now they have half the HP that Origin does. Ryukasu making a play on 4-90, but even then he's getting hit pretty hard. High and Playmaker don't even have to make a play on Steven. They can just chill. Well, it looks like Playmaker wants to go for the kill anyway, which makes sense. There's no reason not to. Aims the shot in, hits it. Yes, Ryukasu will get the kill on 4-90. But down goes Gentleman, and Call Me Daddy's going to be able to support here as well. Origin just having a much better play here in the early game, which led to Oblivion being forced to make bad plays in the late game. And it doesn't work out very well for them. Ryukasu trying to keep himself alive as long as possible. Get the extra shot of damage in, but doesn't even get that. Misses the shot. He will fall. And that is Origin evening things out at 1 game apiece. Why is it in a room instead of a normal tournament? They typically do that in Grands just to make sure that there's no technical issues in the last day. This is the big and most important day. Now, I'll just play the map intros a little bit early and try to predict things. It's fine. As soon as the map is ready and as soon as all of the tanks are readied up, then we'll do that. Dynasty Pearl is going to be the next one. This was also an Oblivion pick, so Origin gets the spawn. Spawn not as important on this map. It's very symmetrical. Same with Naval. On Castilla, it does matter, so picking Castilla is always a risk because giving the enemy the chance to pick the better spawn, not very good. So like Origin got the pick last map and they won the game, so. Actually both games, the team that picked the map lost and the team that picked the spawn won. It's just something interesting to think about, even though it doesn't really matter so much on Naval or Dynasty here. Helis will be the 4th map. That one was also pretty symmetrical. Canal, though, for Game 5, that's going to be another Origin spawn pick, which is quite nice to have when the map is asymmetrical. They're always in lobbies like training rooms. They're similar, but there's a big difference between being in a tournament room and a training room. Very big difference. Because one's automated, the other's not. Anyway, everyone's rated up. We're just going to go ahead and introduce Dynasty's Pearl. If it ends up being a little bit too early, no biggie, but Oblivion and Origin are all readied up. Set is tied at 1 game apiece. And Oblivion's got a Type 5 Heavy rated up. They've used it now 2 games. His Origin is yet to run one. I'm not sure if any of them actually have it or not. They still haven't started up, so we ran the intro a little early, but it's fine. It's fine. We could even go back to the training room overlay, but I'm just going to leave it. Need to take a drink of water. My ice all melted. I'm very sad. And we'll just chill, I guess. Origin's getting rid of the light tank this time around, though, interestingly. They've got 6 F3s and a Ho-Ri, so the F3 spam is still happening, but Oblivion only running 4 of them this time. I think yesterday, pretty much every game had at least 4 per team. I know there were some maps where it was less than 7, you know. It wasn't always 6 or 7, but usually it's a high number for these serious, like, end of the tournament matches. Anyway, here we are with the game. Get in the air. Oblivion's going full town. Origin looks like they're going full hills. Only light tank being on Oblivion. He'll be able to get that info at least. Don't want to play too risky. ZZ spots a few tanks. Still sitting in that lane, and you're at risk of getting yourself spotted if you let them get too close, but ZZ backs off. But since Origin doesn't see anything else there, you'd expect to see a heavy tank at this point, so I think they know there's nobody. Yeah, Ranger being spotted in the town, and also Oblivion finally stepping on A. They are going to get the cap lead, doubling it. So cap lead for Oblivion is a nice thing. Cora trying to hit Ranger there. Ranger in the Type 5 being used maybe just for some base resetting with that HE. Gonna aim one in on Cora. And somehow either the HE didn't do damage or it somehow hit that fountain there. But Cora was able to capture the base, so I don't know if that was what the Type 5 Heavy's main job was to be a base resetter, but he didn't get anything out of it. He actually took 2 hits, so not ideal. I think is very large, but not detrimental for Oblivion. Overall, they still have the cap lead, which is what matters more. Although, of course, resetting C for as long as possible to make that cap lead big is quite nice. Right now, the difference is only 30, so 1 kill will flip things around if Origin's able to get the first kill. It's in a legitimate training room? Yeah, no, it is in a training room. Yeah, for the last day, that's what I was saying in the mod chat, was that it's not automated this time, it's actually done manually. If you guys logged in, you could see the training if you're on NA, you can actually just see it. It's got a password, you can't join, but maybe you could brute force it. Maybe the password is 0000 and they just didn't set a good one and you guys could sneak your way in. It'd be quite funny, I think. What if one of the refs mistakes you for an actual tournament player and puts you in? You get to play for Origin or Oblivion, or Joker even later. It'd be huge. Anyway, tension's still building. Nothing is happening quite yet. There is nothing set up right now. for Oblivion. They're pretty spread, obviously. I mean, they have something set up, but it's not like a very clear structure. Just a few covering their spawn and a few covering Oblivion, or sorry, covering Origin spawn right here in front of us. We can see Call Me Daddy. It's got a bit of a firing lane ready in case Oblivion decides to poke out here. But Origin has a much clearer structure with what they want to do. 2 of their F3s are lined up ready to push back into their own spawn. Looks like they're ready to make a move. Yes. And at the same time, Origin's going to be sending 2 tanks in through B. Rob and Cora are going to be chilling, but big shots are starting to fly. Ranger taking yet another hit. Gentleman, Steve as well. And Oblivion were able to actually... Sorry, Origin were able to grab the base. And that switches things quite a bit, because now Oblivion on the back foot with 700 cap points, and Steve peeking out like that. Will Call Me Daddy have a shot? He's rotated out already. He would easily be a focus fire target, so smart for Origin to have that foresight. Now Steve and Akame are coming in. Steve activating the reactive beforehand, figuring that he'd find something here, but the Ho-Ri is able to back out before taking any hits, and this is actually... Oblivion's push is getting stopped right in its tracks right now. And 13, Steve, Akame, all backing out. Realizing that Ho-Ri is going to cause big issues, and instead they're going around seeing if they could rotate in on Playmaker and Cora. But Origin have the counter push ready for that, and look at this. They have a big target in front of them, being Ranger. Playmaker's going to be able to farm him right in the side. However, Cora taking a lot of damage. It's a matter of can he get away from the rest of Oblivion's counter push here. Dizzy stopping the C base. He does that. Ryukasu stopping B. Playmaker's going to make a play for A. Ranger should be able to put in one more shot before dying. He might even be able to save himself. Playmaker's looking for it. Does find it. But at the moment, Oblivion has all 3 caps. Origin will have to do something to stop them, although they're doing a good job at just getting kills here. Call Me Daddy, though, getting perma-tracked by ZZ. Doesn't matter, though. Despite the fact that Oblivion had all 3 caps, Origin were able to get the points just by getting the kills. They're sneaking that last one at the end. I thought maybe the light tank would be able to help save with the permatrack, but there was another tank behind to get that kill. So very nice for Origin. They're up 2-1. And it seems actually exactly how the trend is going, is that if you pick the map, the other team that picks the spawn wins the game. So it's funny. Nice game from Rob, 2.5. And somehow, yeah, they were able to sneak B in there. I really don't know the role of the Type 5 Heavy. I mean, he did middle of the pack in terms of damage, but like he was just really an easy target for Oblivion, or sorry, for Origin to keep punching. I'm going to mix these 2 teams up a lot because of them both starting with O. It's the worst. I keep mixing them up. It's not going to be good. Oh, man. Anyway, it looks like the streak of at least 4 F3s for each team continues. I'm going to wait a little bit before doing the intro. I don't want to wait too long, but everyone is rated up at least. This is a Origin pick, so Oblivion chose to have the north spawn. Although this is relatively symmetrical, so again, I didn't think it'd be as big of a deal for a few of these maps, but the trend is holding at least. But Oblivion, they're keeping 4 F3s, so the streak is alive along with 1 light, a Kron, and a concept. An Origin with 5, they're going to run the Ho-Ri and the light, so they've done that for 3 of the 4 maps now at this point. Doing it quite well, though, I have to say. If it works, might as well keep running it. Maybe you do find the password, get your account banned. Lol. The one's looking like 7s, yeah, a little bit. It's the font. It's all good, though. Alright, let's just run the Helis intro. I'm assuming they're going to be waiting like 2 or 3 minutes in between the games, so I'll just like mentally wait about a minute and then run it. Just fine. Hopefully we don't miss out on too much of like the early, you know, first few seconds of the match. It's always nice to see where the tanks are driving, if there's any interesting early boosts, like we missed on the Castilla game. 2 teams starting with an O. Exactly, man. It's hard. I'm gonna keep doing that for this set. Grand finals shouldn't have an issue, but for this set, yeah, it's gonna suck. Oh well, it's fine. We couldn't Oblivion have picked a different name. We already knew that Origin started with O. They've been around for a while. Alright, here we go. Game 4. Currently Origin's favor 2-1. But remember, the last time that these two teams played head-to-head, Oblivion did win the set, so they're not out of it. Even though, I will say, Origin's definitely been outplaying Oblivion a lot these last two games positionally. In the early game and translating into a late game advantage. Light tanks going different places for both teams. Origin's sending theirs for the middle to spot. Oblivion's going to go for a quicker base grab, see if they can get an early cap lead. Origin's not actually even sending anyone on that side of the map. They're fully committed towards the C corner with all 5 of their F3s. Hori, of course, going to a pretty standard position for the tank destroyer to go, but it works. It's tried and true, so no reason not to go. Looking at things from Oblivion's POV, they have the concept in the mix there. Going to be used presumably to play hull down near C, which is a somewhat common way of making the play, but Origin, they're not wasting any time, and it looks like they let Fortunetti get spotted. Maybe they want to keep everything else unspotted and don't give away that they've got a lot of tanks here. I think on this side it was Ranger who got lit. I didn't see if anyone else did. But Origin still not quite making a play, but that's Fortunetti again spotted. He's the only tank letting himself get lit. All the others are staying back. So that's an interesting thought. I like the idea. Could be kind of psyching them out a little bit. Now, Origin will send their light in to grab the B base. Sorry, the A base. Both teams are going to have a cap. And also, Call Me Daddy and the Hori going to be supporting in case Oblivion decides to make a play. But they are not. They're actually going for the C grab. Both with the T100 and the concept. Two low-profile tanks able to make the play. So as soon as Origin tried going ahead on the cap, Oblivion just takes it right back. High potentially making a play for A. That's an interesting one. Will ZZ try to go for that spot? If he spots him, Gentleman could have some big shots in there. Gentleman does get lit. Blind shot from Dizzy, though. Big. Good awareness. Will Call Me Daddy have something cross-map into Gentleman? Doesn't quite look like it. He's not lining anything up, but High does bail. That was an HE shot from Dizzy as well, which penned, so 400 damage into High. That's a pretty nice shot. And Origin's making their play. Here we go. Steve is lit Whiskey, he's lit Fortunetti. The rest of the tank's Playmaker, Core, Rob still haven't been spotted all game, so Oblivion might be in for a bit of a surprise when they see all 5 pop up. There's Cora. Oblivion still has 4 tanks way out of the fight here. Playmaker as well, Rob, that's all 5. And Oblivion's just fully dug in here, this little spot that you can use to try to hide yourself. Now, who's their focus? Looks like it's Ranger. Steven trying to cover him, but Fortunetti's taking a lot of damage. And now Steve and N13 still have a few shots in the clip to put in. And Ford actually gets picked. So 3 tanks from Origin, along with a couple from the distance from Oblivion, able to make that work. Now Rob's getting bled from behind. He backs up a little bit too much. Ryukasa able to clean up the kill. Captured 970 for Oblivion. And ZZ is going to be beating High Remorse in the 1v1 to clean up the game. And Oblivion tie things up 2-2. Very nicely done. I'm impressed with the holding of the push. They only had 3 tanks in that dip. And of course, they had a few more tanks at the distance, but Origin was not able to put any shots in really good HP sharing. Even Steven, I believe, was covering pretty well. And 13, and was it Ranger? I believe it was. And then Gentleman from a distance was able to help out, actually. So the Kronvon doing the most damage there. And a 0 from Rob, that's pretty tough. He got hit pretty hard in that focus. So we're up 2-2, guys. That means that we're going to be seeing at least 6 maps in this set. That's hype. Glad to see that this set is a lot more competitive than some of the sets yesterday. There were lots of 4-0s. What's up, Frost? Welcome. Hello, hello. We'll get the training room overlay ready. It's going to be Canal. This was an Oblivion pick, so Origin chose the spawn. They chose Northeast, which is the spawn near A and B. Now, this is always one of my favorite maps to watch because you tend to see a lot of really interesting things. We're already looking at the lineup here for Oblivion. We're seeing a 50B. Haven't seen that in comp. Maybe we've seen it one game all season long, but really, oh my goodness. 1 F3, 4 T100s, a Panzerwagen. Oh my goodness, what is this? And again, the 50B, I already mentioned that. This will be an interesting one. Origin's keeping it standard with their lineup. They're not messing around at all. The classic, they've run this for 4 out of the 5 games. But what are we looking at here, guys? I'm excited to see this. We did see in, I think, was it Arena Competition? That the Ponda team ran a ton of T100s on this map. They ran 6 of them. But we're seeing 4 with the Panzerwagen, which that tank is being used for a specific purpose that I guess we're about to find out. Maybe it's the speed boost, maybe it's the Retcal, I don't know. And then the 50B. This is going to be a very interesting one for Oblivion, having that south spawn. And I bet they're super happy that Origin picked the spawn that they did, because if Origin picked the other spawn, then we would not be seeing this strat. Let's go ahead and introduce Canal. Just kind of try to guess when Wargaming's going to start the room. A bit of a guess. Frost, to see your DM, I'll assess it later, but I got you. Unfortunately, as you can probably tell, I'm a little busy. But yeah, I think I've banned 5 accounts today. Or 5 accounts in the last 24 hours, but yeah, I can send them to you. Yeah, looks like our predictions on the map intros have not been hitting very well. It's all good, though. But this is an interesting lineup. Hori get buffed? I mean, it's got reactive. It's got reactive, so that's why it's being used a lot. As well as, of course, having Solid Gun with really good alpha for the premium rounds. Yeah, guys, I'm super excited to see what's being cooked here. What are the T100s doing? This is like the 5 big guys strat. This has got to be something that Akame kicked up because he cooks up the craziest shit. They're going for a double grab of C. Core trying to go for a reset of some kind. He's going to have to blind fire it, but that's a miss. He's got a good chance of hitting someone. I think Ryukasu, he's got his track damaged. There we go, he takes a hit. But he's empty now, and Akame's going to be able to grab the base. So you don't often see a cap lead for the team from this spawn, but they are going to take it. And Origin's fully rotated in with the F3s to D, maybe thinking that Oblivion would be there, but they're not. They're set up on A. So they'll be playing defensively from A and C. I'm not sure how to feel. I don't know how well these tanks can play defensively, right? Those F3s you would think can just go for some sort of push, and it'll be very hard for Oblivion to survive, like just the amount of sheer armor and clipping potential that those tanks have. Kami gonna be sitting in this bush for info. As Origin grabs the D base, but they're sneaking in from underground. Playmaker, Fortunati. Rob is now spotted, so good info from Oblivion at least. That is one thing they won't have any shortage of, which is information with the light tanks being able to spot so much. And look at this interesting trap they've got set up. Ryukasu, Ranger, Akame, if anything pushes through, they'll have the drop on him. But again, with all the reactive in the armor and HP and clipping potential that these F3s have, I just don't know if what Oblivion has will be enough for it. We'll see if the 50B's clip could hurt. Now, Ranger gets spotted in his position. That could be bad. Is he short enough? Just kind of. I mean, no, Whisk and Rob are going to be able to push in for this. Ranger's just cooked. Ranger's cooked. N13's getting hit hard. This did not work for Oblivion. The trap did not really do anything. Ranger's dead. In comes the 50B with reactive. I mean, they're going to try now, but their lights are just dead. Oh, I liked the interesting idea, but those tanks can't hold a push. I was expecting maybe them to make some sort of play that was interesting on this map, but when you're just letting it go to caps and letting the heavies push, I mean, there's a very good reason why the heavies are the used tanks here. And there really isn't anything to say. This is going to be a 7-0 sweep, most likely. Akame's given up. He's not even moving. ZZ driving in. Yeah, this is... I mean, Gentleman might get Korra here. But other than that, it's a 7-0. And even then, yeah, no. It's not even letting that happen. Man. I was excited to see the lineup do something, but... No, against a coordinated top 2, arguably, team on the NA server. Not gonna do much, man. Huh. I am curious to know what the idea was and what they were hoping to get from that, but I didn't see it. I didn't see it. What was the patch? Wasn't it last year? It was last year, dude. Pickle, there hasn't been a rebalance in tier 10 in like a year at this point, I'm pretty sure. The only reason that the meta is different than it was last season is because Wargaming changed like a couple tanks specifically, one of them being the F3s, just the overtuning of it. But the meta is otherwise the same, just with this new tank, and it's happened to take over. But if this tank weren't changed, it would still be MLE meta for like, as it has been for the past year. Also, I missed the sub from Grim. Thanks for the 51-month sub, dude. That's insane. Appreciate you, dude. All right, y'all. It is Rockfield now. Oblivion. It's their chance to do it. Origin picked the map, and Oblivion picked the spawn. So if that's any indicator, it's been the trend for the past 5 games that the team that picked the spawn wins. It's happened in all 5 games so far, guys. But if that continues to be the case, then yeah, I guess that's that. Also, I should try to turn off that timer. Where is that? Here it is. Bang. I forgot to turn it off earlier. We don't have a timer. It's literally in a training room. Yeah. The last game was rough. I'm seeing her in the chat saying WTF about it. It's whatever, guys. It happens. So maybe I have to watch for this Diamond Cup spectator, I guess, to predict when they're going to start it. But then it means I'm not looking at, you know, having the nice clean lineup up here. Oh well. Maybe I can just have like a little pixel there. And that'll be enough to tell me if I'm paying really good attention. Which I might not be, I don't know. I'm managing a lot right now with these streams. Should have capped all the bases at once, that would have been cool. Alright, he readied up. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the intro. And maybe that's a good indicator. But interestingly now, guys, Origin are putting in Call Me Daddy in the T100 and High's running an F3. So they're switching up the light tank player only because Call Me Daddy doesn't have an F3 and they want to have 6 of them. So they're actually subbing out their main light tank player into a different tank. So it's an interesting one. But I understand it, you know, it makes sense. You want to play the tanks that you have, right? And also, interestingly here, Oblivion's not running a T100 on this map. They have a reason for the 132-1 specifically. So this is their 3rd different light tank that they've played this set. They had a Panzerwagon last game, and they've got a 132-1 this time. So, we'll see how it goes. But it is Game 6. This is do or die for Oblivion. If they lose this game, they're out of the tournament in 3rd place. Of course, they want to make it to Grands here. So they have to win both of these next games. Origin's only got to win one of the next 2. And if they win this game, there won't even be a second. Call Me Daddy going in the mid for spots. ZZ, though, being ready for it. Is he going to go for the quick push? No. Try to put the shot in, but backs off right away. Call Me Daddy puts one in return. So, ZZ is going to be lit for 20. He has to be careful, but ooh! Big shots in from Oblivion for the nukes. Oh my goodness, I didn't even expect that. Call Me Daddy got hit hard in the crossing. Looks like that's what Oblivion was preparing for. Was a light tank nuke, and they did hit it. Didn't quite get the kill, though. Call Me Daddy did go unspotted just in time. If Dizzy was in a T100 and had Call Me Daddy lit for 20, he would have been dead there. So that actually kind of working against whatever Oblivion wanted with that 132-1. They 100% would have been better with the T100 in that instance. Even if ZZ had bounced that shot like he did just now, that would have been, you know, him spotted for 20 and dead. But now they're actually allowing Origin to go for a boost play here. And this isn't the typical boost that you see on the spawn all the way in the back corner. This is a different boost, which I don't think I've seen in competitive yet. Trying to climb on top of this area. I've seen it done in pubs before. Not in pubs, but like in casual like rooms and stuff. Haven't seen it in comp though. He's got good vision of the map, actually. This is arguably much better than the other boost. Trying to go for maybe a blind A reset. Not quite shooting his gun there, so no. The Origin... Sorry, Oblivion having a little bit of a position of their own. No, this isn't quite a boost. This is just you driving on top of the hill. Okay, fair enough. But at least a little bit of good early info. Origin's rotated with 5 of their 6 F3s into A for some sort of counter push. Starting to spot each other a little bit over here. Nice shot from Call Me Daddy. And Ranger's actually going to be getting farmed nicely from here. Is there any cover for him? Yes, there is cover, I suppose. Is he going to drop down? No, he's not dropping down. He's just trying to stay hidden from Akame. So at least he's aware of this. That's good. But Origin is going directly for the push here. They're going to stop C. Because right now, all 3 bases are about to be in Oblivion's favor, if not for this, because of Akame grabbing this. Now, Playmaker is here to help out in resetting the C base. But he's in a bit of a 2v1 with that light tank there. And Call Me Daddy's not quite going to be supporting Playmaker in the light of zone. Over on the other side of the map, I wasn't quite looking. Steve got hit pretty hard. He's managed to back out of A at least. So Origin takes that. Oblivion's still making plays on C. Dizzy trying to help out. But Call Me Daddy just going to be farming N13 from that little boosted spot. And Oblivion has no idea where he's at. Or tonight he's going to be trying to make a play onto B. Looks like Tango as well. But Akame is easy going to kill Playmaker here in a moment. Origin is going to stop the B base at least, keep things safe here. But Playmaker going to go down on the side. Call Me Daddy still playing hidden in the T100 spot though. This is an insane position. I've never expected to see this used in comp before, but Oblivion gets the kill on Playmaker, and they still have Steve alive here. Even starting to get more aggressive in a counter push on A, but Call Me Daddy from across the map, kill on Steve. They have no idea where that T100 is until now. Now they know he's spotted. So Oblivion knows if they can stay safe from that fire, which he's not able to. N13 going down as well. Origin is actually looking quite good here in the end game. They're down a little bit on the HP, but they have the tank, they have the bases, and they're about to have 2 tanks once they get the kill on Ranger here, which Call Me Daddy's able to do from his possession, sneaking 2 kills there. Oblivion gets 4 to 90 though, and they're stopping the B base. That will give them cap lead again. But Call Me Daddy should be able to take C no problem. And ZZ's going to be able to push him though and potentially fight that 1v1. And there we go. Call Me Daddy is on the base. Is ZZ going to go that way? He is. He's still lit though, so Origin's at least aware of it. Akame though is going to have a clip into Whiskey. Whiskey making an unfortunate mistake peeking him there. But Akame missing the kill shot. Is High going to be able to get it? Oh, what a throw from Oblivion. Almost having it. Can they get the kill in Whiskey? Akame missing the kill shot. Gentleman getting farmed from behind. 995, 1,000, and Origin takes it. Oh, what a throw from Oblivion. Well, yes, it wasn't quite one for them yet. They had the opportunity there. Oh, that's painful. What a play from Origin, though, with the T100 boost. I've never seen that used in competitive before. I've seen tanks up there in casual screenshots and stuff, but I didn't know how to exactly do it, and wow, that position was incredible. Call Me Daddy 3.1k got 2 kills from across the map, and Oblivion had no idea what to do for the longest time. Oh. Heartbreak for Oblivion, though. Tommy missing that kill absolutely through the last chance that they had of winning that game. Because Whiskey made a huge mistake pushing that. But man. Congrats to Origin for making back to Grands. Of course, would it really ever be anything else other than Origin, Joker, and Grands? You know, is there any surprise? I'm not surprised. But I was hoping for a nice Game 7 electric tiebreaker, but it doesn't come down to it. Origin finally winning the first game on a map that the team picked, which is pretty funny. Took 6 games for that streak to break, but it was broken. Man, so many things, if they had gone slightly better for Oblivion, would have been better. Obviously, that kill was one thing. The main thing, though, 132-1, I'm not sure why this tank was used. If a Tracer Shell tank was used, Call Me Daddy was dead. He doesn't get into that boost. Origin does not win that game, 100%. So, obviously, Oblivion's going to watch that back and be like, oh yeah, that maybe was a mistake. I am curious to know what the idea was of the 132-1. I just don't know. But man, that's tough. That is tough. Congrats to Origin for making it. Props to Oblivion for making the set interesting. It was close, but not quite enough. Whew. And there we go, guys. It's the first set done. I'm going to check Discord real quick. I want to see what I have to do for the next set. Start set. Okay. All right, talking to Lane, we're all good. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and show some exclusive player interview footage now. If you guys were on the stream yesterday, you've already seen it. So maybe this is your time to go take a break. I know you guys are up pretty late for this stream. But for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I'll talk to you guys in the camera before I play it. But essentially, you know, normally Wargaming does official broadcasts for grand finals for a Blitz Cup. And there's a lot of stuff like webcams, and of course the official broadcast. But another thing that they like to do is player interviews, where they take players from each of the top 4 teams and ask them a bunch of questions and then make a video out of it and play it. It's usually like 3, 4, 5 minutes long. I decided, you know what? If I'm going to be the one streaming this time around, I want to do something interesting to make this stream feel a little bit more special. And I took it upon myself, with the help of my editor Breeze, to get a video cooking just independently. You know, Wargaming didn't ask me to do this. This is completely done, you know, as my own idea. So hope that you guys enjoy it. I'll play it. It's going to be about 10 minutes long, so hope that y'all enjoy it. But we're going to go ahead and play the footage. We've got the next set starting in about 20 minutes, so we'll have plenty of time to do this, and then we'll just hang out afterwards. I don't think I'm going to be doing any gameplay until afterwards. But yeah, let's get it, guys. Enjoy the video. What is your name?
I am Ranger777. I'm Captain of Oblivion, and I've been playing since 2015, so 10 years now.
My name is Cora, and I've been playing Blitz for almost 9 years now. Enjoy streaming as well, so I have a YouTube channel of my own. Been kind of doing that on the background.
My name is Javi. I'm the captain for Jokers, and I've been playing for like 4 to 5 years now.
My name's Ferocity. I'm on Apex right now. I think I've been playing Blitz. Comp 4 years, actual playing the game total like 7 years, I want to say.
And what is your competitive experience in Blitz?
I played, for basically like the last 9 years. I've played tournaments for 8 of them, and from those 8, 5 of them were with like top 4 experience. I was always like in top 4 for the most part for tournaments. I don't count my wins, so I don't know, but I have multiple for sure. I have like at least more than you can count on one hand.
I've won 1 season with Joker. I've also played with Apex most of my career, actually. Good amount of 3rd places under my belt, I'll say that. I played with Platter. That's where I kind of started out with Platter.
I've been playing competitive since 2017. I won my first tournament in 2019 with the Void. I won 3 more seasons with Pramo. After that, I won 2 more seasons with Leverage.
Our accomplishments and experience, we won 11 seasons, you know, from normal seasons to Blitz Cups to, you know, all over the place. Money Blasters, right? But, you know, we're a competitive team, so we take everything seriously.
Awesome. And yeah, how about any hobbies outside of Blitz? What do you like to do for fun?
I like to fish. I like to play pool, poker, swim. I also like playing some sports. I played cross for a while, cross country 1 year.
Outside of Blitz, I mean, I like to work out. I like to spend time like with my family and friends. I also like to play with my friends in Blitz, like other stuff, other games, could be Brawl Stars or PC games, just like that.
Some things I like to do outside of Blitz. I like hunting, fishing. I like playing Apex Legends. I like playing Helldivers.
In terms of hobbies and stuff that I have, I enjoy working out a lot, and I love watching soccer. Favorite team is Liverpool. It's the team that I follow the most. And yeah, basically the gist of it.
So if you could have one superpower in real life, what would it be?
I have to be able to teleport. Go see all the boys.
Invincibility is like a rob a bank. Gotta get rich, dog.
Mind control, just so I could control Blue's habits a little bit inside the game. You know, maybe help him out a little bit, make him competent. You know,
A superpower? Would be to predict the future. That would be a good superpower. Take a look at the stocks, invest into Apple 10 years before it became a company. And just become a billionaire overnight, basically.
What is your favorite tank in World of Tanks Blitz right now?
My favorite tank for sure, and like meta, was when it was the super like OP Kron and E5. Probably the E5 when it had speed boost and reactive. That was a really fun tank to play.
My favorite tank is the 60 TP. I just like everything about it. It has good reverse speed, so it backs up very quick. Has a big gun and it's very control armor frontally, and it has a good turret. It's very hull down.
The original Sheridan missile with fast missiles.
all time, I would have to say probably the E4. Right now, honestly, it'd probably be the 215B. 215B, I like to farm. E4, one of my first tier 10s, so it's kind of nostalgic for me.
What is your favorite current competitive map?
I'd have to say that would be probably Rockfield. There's just a lot of different things you can do on Rockfield. Many boosts, many high vantage points. I just like how balanced Rockfield is.
I like Dynasty's Pro a lot. It's really close quarters, and you know, a lot of the bigger maps, it kind of takes a while sometimes to get into a fight, and Dynasty's Pro is pretty straightforward. Like, you're getting in a brawl no matter what.
Probably Canal, just because there's so much you can do on that map. You can either win on caps, you can win off a brawl. It's more strategic. That's why I like Canal.
I'm gonna say Yukon, but it's because I'm Canadian, so I'm proud Canadian. So Yukon is my favorite.
So what's your favorite reaction in Blitz to give?
I have to say the Naughty Tinker Duck emote. That one's always a good one to use.
The golden turd. That's my favorite.
There was one with like the little poop emoji, like a golden poop emoji, I think. That was probably my favorite one.
It's got to be the pumpkin from the Halloween set.
What do you think makes your team different from the other teams this season?
My team is, for the most part, a very new team, but I view it as something that makes us stronger because we're a lot more unpredictable, and at the same time, we have a lot of attributes that, like, we're very hardworking. That's, like, I think our greatest attribute as a team.
I think we experiment a lot with strats. We're not afraid to run stuff that isn't necessarily meta.
What separates us apart, I mean, I think our officers are the biggest difference maker between like everybody else. You know, from steal to reaction to commie, like they hold it down, and just keeping the team organized in games, right? I think that's our biggest difference maker in our team.
I'd have to say we're just hungrier. We got that passion for the game still. People like Kami or Javi, you know, I don't really see that in them anymore, and I think they've fallen off quite a bit. And you know, people like Kami, you know, they depend on Javier reaction, steal a little too much for that win. He's not really a lion. He's more of a wounded gazelle at this point, if you get what I'm saying.
How do you guys prepare for top 4 then?
We just kind of go over the strats a lot, kind of practice like brawling 4v4s and stuff like that, and occasionally we'll scrim other teams just to, you know, practice a little bit, but most of our preparation is done on the strat sketch.
Really just brawls, sitting in a training room all night with Blue, just making strats, trying to work on that, perfect those. That's pretty much it.
Going to try to scrim every day, and we're going to look to try and make strats with the team. That way we're all on the same page and everyone knows what's going on.
It's a lot of playing, a lot of sitting in a strat sketch, and a lot of back and forth, right? And a lot of game planning. It's like a never-ending process to prepare for top 4.
With the new Reforged update coming, what is one thing about tournaments you would like to see changed?
Something I loved a lot about Reforged is the fact that they had like a built-in YouTube, so you can be watching YouTube within Reforged as you're inside the game without having to exit the game. Wargaming should really use that to their advantage to advertise tournaments as much as they can, to have them inside the game so that everybody playing the game can see them.
I'd like to see more money added to the prize pool, maybe just bigger maps in general for comp. Maybe not entirely in the game, but for comp, I think bigger maps and more maps would be really good for tournaments.
I would have to say faster meta changes. It gets kind of stale playing the same thing over and over and over again.
Honestly, I would want for there to be a 10v10. Like, I feel like a 10v10 tourney mode, like competitive tourney mode, would be pretty cool.
If you had advice for people that are looking to get into tournaments and get to the top level, what would you give?
Honestly, I would say just play the game. Start off on like a not so maybe top 32, top 16 team, and just work your way up. I mean, that's what most people have done, like through their comp careers. No one really starts out like, you know, on Joker or Origin or something like that. So just easy steps, baby steps all the way way to top.
Just grind, make connections. People will see how you're playing, that you're playing better. Chances are you'll get a shot on some of these teams.
I would say you got to be patient, but also take a look at the tournament streams, especially when they're offering rewards. You know, you can see certain plays, you know, like HP sharing or like rotating and taking a longer route instead of a lazier route. Little simple stuff like that can make you a better player. You know, you got to be patient, really patient, because it's not going to be day and night. We're going to be good.
Well, first advice would be you need to be mechanically good at the game. And then if you have good mechanics, then the strategy part comes when you join a team. But it's not too hard to join a team if you have good mechanics.
Is there anything else you'd like to say to the audience?
Thank you for everyone who, you know, supports us and is rooting for us. First and foremost, thank you. We appreciate it.
I would love to thank my girlfriend. She's been very supportive of me and all my work to reach this level. And at the same time, I want to thank all of my fans. Lots of you guys as well on my YouTube channel. I really appreciate every single one of you.
I wish everybody luck in top 4.
As for my competitors, we're going to make it interesting. We're going to give you a run for your money.
I have one message to say. Playmaker, criminal, I'm going to show you why this Friday and Saturday, why you should stick to your own server and not even try on the North American.
Thank you for all the support, obviously, and it never goes unnoticed, right? Like I always rewatch the streams, no matter if it's an Ascent tournament or PYS. I always rewatch them back, and I like seeing the chat. You know, it's something that I like to look back at, right?
And of course, lots of you guys support me in game every time I'm in a pub game. It's always nice to see that. It makes me really smile all the time. I can't thank you guys enough for all the support. Hopefully, we put on a good show for you guys. Hope you guys enjoy.
You know, my team, they always hold it down for me. This last week that we have, I'm gonna try to make it count. I'm gonna try to bring it home for my guys. You know, try to bring all that money home, get another dub under our belts, and really just make the season worth it.
All right, that's about it for the interview. Thank you so much for your time, and good luck in top 4. I also have a few special guests who would like to share some words.
Hello, our dear tankers. I'm Talan, World of Tanks Blitz Tournament Manager. I wish you, our viewers, to have a great evening. I wish good luck to our beautiful players, and I send hello to our 34th streamer. Have a nice evening, and good luck.
What's up guys, I'm Rose. Congrats on making it to top 4. Now, push all the way. Good luck.
Hello everyone, Bino here from the Berlin office. I just wanted to congratulate you all and I wish everyone, well, good luck on making it to the finals and ultimately winning the entire thing. So good luck, have fun, bye bye.
Hi everyone, wishing to the teams good luck, show your best and shine, and for fans of course, enjoy the battles and have fun.
Hey, what is up everyone, his Royal Finest here, and I wanted to wish best of luck to the top 4 teams moving into the Blitz Cup finales.
Hey everyone, this is Kian from WhatPC. I'm going to be following the last stages of the Diamond Cup, and of course I wish good luck to all the teams. May the best one win. We're all going to have a grand old time. See you then.
Good luck to all the teams in top 4.
Hey boys and girls, this is Alexandra, and I want to wish you a beautiful tournament with amazing matches and amazing battles. Now relax and show your skill on the battlefield. Love you, and let the strongest team win.
Well, they might not be broadcasting the top 4. They might not be thinking about you in their hearts and in their minds, but rest assured, the rest of the world is watching. Up the golden microphone to the big bird in the sky, down through the satellites, right to 34's screen, a rip-roaring, ground-thumping, ball-tearing V8 of love, madness, and innuendo. And don't go home disappointed.
Chills, man. Chills. That was such a good video. I'm so proud of how it turned out. Hope you guys enjoyed it. For those who already watched it the second time, hope it was as good the second time around. But yeah, huge shout out to the teams for the interview and also for all the guests featured who were able to respond with clips and stuff like that. Got super good responses, able to connect with a lot of people, and yeah, super thankful, man. 5 years of comp streaming has allowed me to connect with all these cool people to get y'all this. So hope that y'all enjoyed it. Only here on this channel, exclusive interview footage. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it. We still got about 10 minutes until the next set. I think I might have just gotten a DM with the info. I did. Okay, perfect. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get on going with the second half of the stream. It is grand finals time. One other thing that I wanted to do and I didn't get to do it as I was busy getting some drinks. So I want to DM the captains now, or DM players on each team. I'll message them. I want to do this while the stream is, or while the video is going, but I was not able to, but we'll see if I get a response. If not, I'm not too worried about it. Looks like Origin has responded. It's good. We'll see if Joker responds. Now looks like everyone's starting to join. Yeah, actually, there is something else I have to do real quick. I know I had that entire video to do stuff, but I had a lot of stuff to do, so I need to step away for just a little bit more, but it's fine. The set isn't starting for another 10 minutes, so we're just going to hang out. I'll remind you guys how to get to the portal, and then we'll be good to go. So I'll go to the BRB screen and give me like a few minutes, and then yeah. All right, we're back. You see people in the chat are talking about the trash talk for Farah. Yeah, man, it did not age very well at all. I agree. It came back to bite him a little bit. I just realized my phone's been in the frame the entire time. It's fine. It doesn't really matter. But get the nice clean desk. Message delay for something like this. Hell yeah, dude. I appreciate it, Frost. Fishy, yes, dude. I was like, some people are gonna know Fishy, not a lot will, but the people that do, it's gonna be like the Leonardo DiCaprio like pointing at the screen, like, wait, back it up. So I'm glad people found Fishy. I was talking, I was in VC with Rax for a while yesterday. He was super excited by that too. And yeah, it was awesome, man. Such a good video. And I know, yeah, the Pharaoh trash talk, he didn't pay off, but he was just doing it for fun. I don't think he actually hates anyone, dude. I think he was just trying to make it a little interesting. And yeah, it didn't pay off, but it added some entertainment. You guys all, I'm sure, enjoyed that. So yeah, it was good. Turned out really well. All right, Joker's in the room. Looks like they're on the right team. So we'll go ahead and Origin on the left, Joker on the right. We still have several minutes until the sets begins. And this is going to be a best of 9. Now, really quickly, I'm going to take note of the maps because I wanted to do that as well. Also, Javi responded that they're down to do an interview. Awesome. So we've got Origin asked. I didn't DM Cora. I DM'd Hi because I know Cora doesn't check his DMs. But so I asked Hi to ask Cora, and he said he would. So I don't have a response from them, but Joker is a yes at least. So should be okay. And then really quick, take note of the maps. And there's Joker Origin Grands, which means we are on Black Goldville, Canal, New Bay, Fort Despair, Desert Sands, Normandy, Middleburg, Vineyards, and Naval. All right, got the maps noted. So it's like a whole pick and ban phase. So Joker banned Port Bay, Origin banned Faust and Helis. Yeah, whatever. I'm not going to read the whole thing out, but essentially, it was all a process of elimination for the final spawns, or for the final maps and spawns. So yeah. Teams are starting to join. Looks like Origin's filling in. We'll still hang out. We'll read the chat for a little bit longer. But I would like to really quickly show you guys how to get to the portal. So we'll go ahead and do that again. If you guys have not been able to do it yet, if you're just tuning in now, maybe for the first time. Oh, I messed up. I messed something up. Oh no. Okay, no, we're good. We're good. Oof. I thought I messed up my whole OBS overlay. I accidentally full screened OBS, and I normally have it windowed just so I can have multiple things on at the same time. I thought I screwed that all up, but I didn't. We're good. So really quickly, guys. Want to make sure. So first of all, what you want to do is click the link in the chat. I posted 3 links in the chat. You want to click the link that corresponds to the server that you play on. So if you play on NA, you click the NA link. If you play on APAC, click the APAC link. Play EU, click the EU link. All right? That's going to take you to the portal. If you can't get those links working, I'll show you the alternative way, and that is by going to the Watt Blitz homepage. So here I am at the Watt Blitz homepage. If you're at wattblitz.com, but you don't know if you're at the homepage, you click on the icon on the left or just home here. You go to tournaments, this tab on the top. And that's going to take you to this page. In Blitz Diamond Cup North America, it's this really big one. If for some reason that's not showing up, you can also click on current tournaments down here, and this will be the same one. It says live up here. We'll click on it, and then you want to click on this first link right here, the one with the bars. That's me. The other ones, this is, I guess, either Russian or Ukrainian, I don't know, and don't worry about the other guy. So we're just going to watch this one right here. You click on that, that'll take you to your portal, and you'll see 2 things. You'll see a gray number ticking if it's not counting up, and you want to see the blue number ticking, which means you are getting rewards for it. So make sure your blue number is ticking, and your blue number has to reach 2 hours, 25 minutes, 10 seconds to get the maximum number of rewards, and that is 11 minutes and 10 seconds for each crate, maximum of 13 today. You got 8 yesterday, so that's 21 for the North American tournament. And then if you watch the EU tournament and the APAC tournament, which are both happening next week, you'll get another 21 for each of those, which takes you up to 63. And then if you do the quest in your garage, that'll get you 2 more, so a total of 65 if you get all the rewards for all the servers. So yeah. Make sure that you guys are logged in as well. If you're on the Blitz website, if you're on the portal, logging in is very important. If you're not logged in, it's not going to know who to give the rewards to. Also, watching multiple streams at the same time isn't going to give you more rewards. There is a little bit of confusion in the Discord about it. So if you're watching all 3 streams, I mean, fine, I guess, but you only get rewards for watching one. So don't waste all of your internet bandwidth and whatnot. You can only get 21 for watching this NA tournament. And then after today, NA is done. You get your 21. You get another 21 for APAC and another 21 for EU. I don't have those dates off the top of my head because I don't watch those servers. I don't stream them. It'll be someone else. But yeah, that is how things are done. Anyway, I'm going to go back to the just chatting scene, I think, because I don't know if everyone's ready yet. So really quick. Oh, looks like everyone is ready. Oh, actually, game 1 is starting. I'm just going to roll the intro. We're going to get right into it. Wasn't sure if it was going to get started, but Black Goldville, the first map, so we'll just go ahead and get that cooking right away here. Black Goldville, the first map. Canal will be the second. But here we are, guys. Joker and Origin Grand Finals. This is the final set of the tournament. It's best of 9. So all the rest of the sets in top 8, top 4 have been best of 7. Minimum of 4 games, first to 4 wins. This is best of 9, first to 5 wins. Now, the cinematic is still playing. Teams are actually starting to get a little bit engaged here. Reaction getting all the way to the C corner. Spotting Cora and High gets lit himself. They're both in T100s. Now, both teams are running majority F3s, of course. Origin's going to be running 5 of them with a Ho-Ri in T100. Joker's running 5 with a Super Conk. and T100. But of course, F3, the most dominant tank of the meta. Rob did get blind fired in the early game. This is one of the few maps where you actually can go for blind fires off of spawn and see the tanks. Origin already getting a little bit aggressive in the middle here, playing up high above B. Not quite all the way towards the A side, but Joker have a defense set up. Bob in the back, covering Kami, Yarrow, and then Krish and Javi have a bit of a flank here. Whiskey and Rob pushing up to the point where Krish and Javi might be able to counter push it, and there we go, they get lit. Reaction grabbing C, and then between Krish, Javi, Kami, and Yarrow, they could pinch this 4v2, but could also open them to some fire from the Ho-Ri, from Playmaker Korra, and Fortnite, who's now grabbing the B base. Joker will hold the cap lead, just for a moment though. So Origin grabs A, and now B. No reset from Joker. They are going to make their play into Rob, though, who is a little bit further forward than the rest of the team. Kami driving just forward enough to the point where Fortnite can't hit him. So he's not getting triple clipped at. Only two, one from Rob, one from Yarrow. And Rob going to jump all the way down. Does he die first? No, he's going to survive unless he hits the ground and dies. He does, actually. Wow, so Joker don't even have to turn around for him. They're just going to focus right on their next tank, Whiskey. He goes down to Yarrow. Joker aren't bouncing their kill shots here. Bolivian, they bounced a kill shot that lost their tournament run. Joker aren't bouncing those shots yet, and they're actually able to keep Kami alive. He is not going to die right now. High potentially trying to look for that kill, but he finds Javi and Krish, who are going to keep him away from the rear of Kami. Reaction trying to go for a play on Korra, not quite able to do much with it. He's actually down to 290 HP anyway. Are we going to be seeing Origin try to look for that kill there? Not quite able to connect anything. Reaction just going to keep harassing the C base and bother Korra. Korra's going to turn towards Steely, who is now kind of in the middle, caught out a little bit. Nice kill from Korra onto Kami, who made himself a little bit too exposed there. Krish and High in their bit of a 1v1 here. High going to try to see if he can get this kill, but he's going to have to get it in the next two shots here. No, not going to be able to. No high enough roll for that. I will sneak one more shot in, though. Does he have the reload over Krish? Maybe he's going to risk it. Is Krish ammo racked? He is ammo racked. Krish has been ammo racked, which allows High to get in as many shots as he does. He actually turns around for the shot on Steel too, so good awareness from Origin. But there's still a tank down, and now Kami Daddy in a bit of a 2v1. He might be able to put one into Mr. Yarrow here, but the shot misses. High does get a pickup over on the other side, though. Or someone got a pickup from Origin, so it's a 3v3. But Yarrow's going to try to reload his shot and put it into Kami Daddy. Javi's just going to try to push for Korra here, and this is big advantage for Joker in the end game here. They've got two bases. They're going to step B as well. Of course, Korra's going to do his best to reset it. He's got a full clip to put into Javi as well, actually. Yarrow's here to put some shots in. Bounces that one, unfortunately. It's looking a little bit better for Origin, but still, the caps are a big thing for them to deal with. High having to step C. Now Korra needing to reload his shells here. Will he have a reset on B? Doesn't. Javi's going to step into the base, or step out of the base now that he's grabbed it. Korra shooting for Yarrow there. But Krish all the way on the other side of the map, him still being alive. High wasn't able to get that kill. They're going to look for it now, though. Does High have something? This would be a crazy shot. Doesn't quite connect. Korra trying to make a play into Javi and Yarrow. He doesn't have time. It's 960, 970, 980, 990. Not able to do it. And Joker take game one. A little overextension from Origin into the middle. Joker punished it. Krish actually could have died to High there because he was ammo racked. High didn't really want to risk putting in that extra shot in case Krish had the reload, but High could have gotten the kill in that super conk. Might have changed things a little bit. It would have been a 2v2 in the end game. And having a light tank is always useful for that. But Joker do take game one, Black Goldville. We're going to be moving on to Canal, guys. This is Canal. Running it back on my favorite competitive map, but this time, Origin picked the map. So Joker gets to pick the spawn. And it looks like, did Joker pick South? I think so. I don't know if the spawn is 100% set. I do have notes on where the spawns were in my Discord, but I didn't write them down. I wanted to write them somewhere where I could refer to them quickly, and I didn't write the spawns down, but that's fine. But we're seeing double light from Origin here. It's going to be Fortnite and High, running with double T100, and they're keeping Call Me Daddy and the Ho-Ri here. Joker are readied up. They have 3 non-F3s as well, but it's a T100 at 50, I'm in a T22, so 3 different mobile tanks. Solid. Also, super chat from Catalyst. I appreciate it. Think High will throw again. High had a good game last game, but it wasn't quite enough. If he made that play on Krish, he could have, but he didn't want to risk it, and I totally understand it. If you can't, it's hard to keep track of ammo rack tanks reloads. You hit 310k in Joker as he closes it. Damn, that would have been insane. Although, frankly, Pickle, I don't have the predictions up in front of me, so I probably would not have noticed, but that would have been crazy. Let's introduce Canal. I'm assuming they're going to start it really soon. Maybe one of these times we'll get the prediction correct. Rip Pickle. Thank you to Draconic for managing the betting system. It's funny. The Twitch chat is more active than YouTube chat right now, even though Twitch only has 9 viewers. Looks like I didn't get the prediction right. It's fine. Now, guys, between Joker and Origin, they've played each other twice in this tournament so far before today. Today not being included. They played yesterday. Joker won 4-3 in a tiebreaker. And when they played in the top 8 round robin, it was Origin that won in the 4-3 tiebreaker. So, right now, their back and forth is perfectly even. They're head-to-head in sets and even in games up until this final grand finals to determine it all. Winner of the set wins the tournament. And what was it, $23,000 compared to 13? I mean, 13 is already quite good for these guys, but of course, it's about the legacy, right? And here we go. Game 2, Canal. Origin picked the map, so Joker got to choose the south spawn. And what is the play here? Looks like 50M is climbing. T22 going for some sort of blind shot. He's going to be in a sneaky little position as well. Pretty hull down, actually. Able to use the armor, although it is quite exposed to this side of the map. So yeah, it'll be good at combating over here. But you get shot from over here, it's not going to be very good for you. Call Me Daddy got, I think, probably a little bit of a push to get up to this position. You can do it without, but you have to kind of go the long way, driving up through there and then back. So a little bit of a boost up here. Javi already getting spotted pretty early down low, actually spotting all of the Origin tanks in the crossing. Cora's going to take some damage here. And honestly, I'm surprised that Joker didn't hit Cora harder. He's permatracked, though. Yaro's just going to not worry about grabbing the base. He wants to put a full clip into Cora, and he does that in the fire, too. He's dead to Javi. Immediate kill from Joker. As Origin sends all their tanks over to the D corner. They're going to get the base, but they're already down a tank early game on this map. That's painful. And yes, Yaro took some counter damage, but that's totally worth it for getting a kill there. 1,000,000%. We are going to be seeing Steel in this sneaky position, but Call Me Daddy has free shots. And yeah, as I expected, being exposed from that side isn't going to make that position usable. He bails. Takes another from Playmaker. That track might actually allow another to go, and it does. High being able to sneak in a shot, and Steely's dead too, to Rob. Dang! Just like that, back and forth. But Call Me Daddy getting hit now. Joker taking initiative on that side of the map. And he's down to 426 HP, getting himself out of there. That reactive definitely helps keep him alive. But both teams are hitting hard in game 2. 100% though, could have predicted Steel getting nuked from that side. I'm surprised that wasn't something Joker considered. But look at Javi in this position to try to keep bullying Call Me Daddy. Although Origin trying to turn around and deal with him. Playmaker kind of getting hit in the side. And this is a bit awkward here. Javi doing pretty much a full 360 just to avoid Call Me Daddy's shot. Ends up taking it anyway. But Fortnite getting caught out in the T100, and Javi's just going to drop onto him now. And in comes Reaction into Call Me Daddy. He takes a little bit of damage of his own, but he'll get this kill. Fortnite's getting caught out. Javi, though, he's pretty low. Does Origin have the punish? Looks like Fort wants to go for it. But Kami's going to jump right on top of him. So yes, Fort will be able to get that kill, but does he fall too? Yara's pushing for it. Whiskey, though, he's going for Krish. Along with Rob here. Can Krish sneak the kill? Doesn't quite get it, but down goes Fort in the middle. Both teams are swinging at each other. High wants to go for the 1v1 against Reaction, but down goes Whiskey in the middle. And right now, there are worse things to worry about than Light Tank 1v1, although High missing that shot. He still got an advantage. Origin, I think Playmaker tried to shoot in Reaction, but High missing both shots, taking 2 free hits here. Now it's Reaction that thinks he can win the Light Tank 1v1. Things are not looking good for Origin either way, though. Rob counter-pushing by a Bob, who gets that kill. Playmaker still being held by Kami. Although High will have a farm in the rear, Reaction is present to annoy him. And yeah, now that Reaction is noticing High shooting on that side of the map, he's going to go for that push here. Kami going to be 1v1ing Playmaker. Doesn't quite have the shot to get the kill here. We can just look at the light tank 1v1. Who wins it? Might be High, actually. Reaction going for the HE, not quite connecting it. High does win the fight. Doesn't really mean anything. He does survive the battle, but Joker wins it 2-0 up now. That was a crazy game, though. Both teams just swinging at each other opposite sides of the map. I like the idea of the position, but it had a very clear weakness. I called it before anything happened, and yeah, Joker getting punished for it, but it didn't matter. They had too much offense on the other side of the map. Catching out the TD, catching out Fortunite, and Core as well, of course, staying on the initial crossing. So, really good offense from both teams. And that's game 2. And again, we're starting to follow the trend where Origin picks both of those maps and the other team wins the games. So spawns definitely matter here, arguably more than actually getting to choose the map that you want to play. So it's a very interesting concept. But we're moving on to New Bay for game 3. A KPZ sighting yesterday? No KPZ if you're talking about the medium. No. Origin, once you finish the Nether Hub? You already promised me, Star. I paid you for that shit. I paid you for that. You have to. Alright, anyway. Let's look at New Bay, guys. Oh my goodness. It's just all F3s. It's all F3s and Origin not running a 7th just because Call Me Daddy doesn't have the tank. But otherwise, I'm sure they'd be running all 7 right now. Joker have made subs. They've got Milk's in the game. I don't know if he was in the game last time, but he is in now. I know Krish was in earlier. He's not in anymore. But everyone's readied up for Joker. Maybe wait another 20 seconds and we'll run it. Appreciate all the subs and the follows, guys. Keep them coming. I know everyone's busy watching the portal for rewards, but if you have time to drop the channel a subscription on YouTube or a follow on Twitch, make a big difference. I've got a lot more viewers right now than subs probably. So if just a few of you guys are able to sub on YouTube, that would absolutely blow the channel up. We're sitting at, I think, 3K right now, give or take. At least we were before yesterday's stream. I think it was like 3.2. But yeah, I would appreciate it. We'll run the New Bay intro. Better to play the intro too early rather than too late, though. 11:30 p.m. for you. Gotcha. Sleep, please. The portal's still going to be up for another hour, though, guys. Just be aware of that. There we go. We basically predicted that. That's close enough. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with it. And here we go. Game 3. Now, last grand finals between these two teams. Joker swept Origin 5-0. They actually won with the entire top 4. They didn't drop a single game last season. This season, Origin's already taken 3 off of them in the first round of top 4. But this time, today, it seems to be looking a lot better for Joker at the start here, as they are almost fully committing towards the ramp side. Call Me Daddy grabbing C, but I don't know if this one's going to go down to caps. This looks like a big slugfest here, and Call Me Daddy's probably just going to want to get himself into the fight as quickly as he can. Now Milk's here looking like the first focus fire target for Origin. They're just going right into him. He activates the reactive. And I will say from Cora's POV, yes, he's got a good push, but Joker's got a lot of tanks ready to counter here. Paffy and Steel going to be coming down, and Kak putting shots in from up top. Milk's still alive, by the way. He was able to put in his clip, but now I believe High and Playmaker are going to start taking a bunch of hits. Paffy looking that way, but Call Me Daddy going to be trying to help out as well. But tons of fighting going on here. Looks like a reaction next target for Origin. And they just have the focus fire on lock this time. Cora and Playmaker, the 2 lowest HP targets. But both of them are safe right now. It's just straight up a 7v5. With Origin having the advantage in guns and still equal health. So Joker having no advantage this game at the moment. And Call Me Daddy still has 3 tanks backing up right now. There's Playmaker, there's Rob, there's Cora, although they are turning now to look at Javi. As Call Me Daddy does die, they realize, okay, let's just take that tank, let him die, and we can focus on getting another kill of our own. Because if they can just keep trading tanks 1 for 1, Origin wins the game. And of course, it's hard to watch some of the fighting here under the rails, but at the moment, all we need to take a look at is the fact that HP is still even, but the guns are in Origin's favor, and that's pretty big. Origin does have their tanks a little bit more split up right now. Cac might even be able to get the kill on Cora with the good roll. He does get it, so it's a 4v4. And I will say, Joker do have pretty well grouped up tanks on this side. Despite High's reactive armor, Kami should still be able to get the kill. Origin's going to counterpunch right into Paffy, though. They pick up that kill, and now Steel as well. Whiskey having a full clip to put shots in there. Kami going to try to go for the HP share. Fort and Whiskey both looking for the kill, but Steel's driving. He hits another tank. He's going to die. Fort's just waiting. I like it. He's waiting for the reactive to run out. That's smart. Unfortunately, Steel is backwards, so he's not going to be able to survive this. Kami's trying to sneak himself in there. Can Fort get the kill? He bounces the kill. Kami with the gun block. Does he get the second kill shot? This is big right now. He needs to hit it. He's being patient, but you can't be too patient. Kami's just going to keep farming you. Looks like he just wants to reload the shot. He's looking for it. Over on the other side. No, he bounces again. Rob and Cac still fighting. And Fort bounces 3 shots in a row. Oh no, not able to get the kill on Steel. Rob bouncing the shot on Cac. What is Origin doing? And now Rob's got an empty clip. Obviously Cac does, but oh my goodness, we have to just bounce back and forth between these 2 fights. Fort bounces another kill shot. Kami with the gun block. This is incredible. And he might even be able to get the kill in here. 373. He gets it! Steel survives. And Rob finally gets the kill on Cac, but what? What was this? Origin had the gun advantage and the HP advantage. But Joker were just positionally a little bit more unified. Steel, Kami, and Paffy were all together. And now Kami's got a full clip to put into Rob. He just dies here. Reactive or not. And Joker Steel game 3. Oh my goodness. The gun blocking from Kami. Dude, to everyone who's been saying Kami is washed, that he's a wounded gazelle, I think Pharaoh said in the interview, Kami absolutely just won that game for Joker. Fortunati bouncing, what was that? Was that 4 kill shots on Steel because of the gun block? And that's not even to diss Fortunati, because with that gun there, you really can't hit anything. It just completely blocks you from being able to shoot. And since all of those tanks were piled up in that corridor, there's nowhere for them to go. He can't just try to get around them. He had nowhere to move. It was impossible for him to get that kill. What an excellent play from Kami. Kami gets the crown. 100% Kami gets the crown. 1,000,000%. We go to the training room view. Where is it? Where is the crown? Heavy is the crown on Lexum's head. Wow. What a game 3. That's got to be so demoralizing for Origin right now. And Fort, he's still in the game. They're not subbing him. They're realizing, okay, maybe it's not his fault. But still, man, that's got to be brutal. They had every advantage there other than positioning. Joker just was a little bit more unified there. Oh, man. What a game. We're moving on to Fort Despair now. This was a Joker pick. The last game was a Joker pick as well, so Joker right away, they've already broken the trend of winning on the games where you get to choose the spawn. They just win every game now, guys. They just win every game. All right, that's enough for the crown. We can move it now at this point because we have to play the intro at some point, but what a play, man. What a play. This is why Joker is the best team in North America. Even when they're at such a disadvantage, they can pull something out of their butts. Looking at the lineup real quick, guys. 7 F3s for Joker. They're not messing around. 6 for Origin with a T100 because, again, they don't have 7 with Crim, with Call Me Daddy. But alright, guys, let's introduce Fort Despair. See if we can go 2 for 2 on our timing predictions, though I think this one might have been a little early. Thank you to everyone who's following and subbing, by the way, Twitch and YouTube. I got a few of them. Can we get some more? Would greatly appreciate it. Yeah, everyone in the chat's wrecking 4 bounce kill shots. Like, yeah, that's bad, but at the same time, there is nothing you can do in a gun blocking scenario like that. Okay, that was a good enough prediction of the timing. I'm happy. Hytronics, guys, don't worry. That wasn't Hytronics. High is High Remorse. Fortnite is Lightronics. But again, I'm not trying to blame him as a player, because you get your gun block, there's nothing you can do. It's rough. Anyway, Origin is playing towards A. Fortnite's not even moving. And Joker's headed towards C. They're split here, actually. Okay, yesterday we did see them hiding 2 tanks against this rock here. Looks like they're going to do that again. They're actually going to put 3 there. Call Me Daddy, the only T100 this game. It's going to be going to the corner, but he's supported by 5 F3s. And for tonight, he does wake up. He's a little bit behind the rest of the team. Joker gets the info, though. Spot everyone in the crossing. That's 5 F3s all getting spotted. 6th tank, that T100, he's there. Milks gets lit. So Origin knows there's a tank here, but they don't know there are 3. But Milk's hiding behind Kami, and the shots are actually hitting Kami, which is funny enough. They might realize that, okay, the shots aren't hitting him, even though they're flying straight. Fortnite, though, he's alone in the middle. And Joker looked like they were going to grab C with reaction, but he's just playing up. They're realizing Origin is entirely packed in this corner. They know. So they're just going to take map. This one's not going to go down to caps. Call Me Daddy stepping to A base. He's lit. Oh, he should just die here, right? He should just be dead. He's dead. No, he gets out. Joker doesn't have enough. They didn't hit enough shots there. He should 100% have died there if Joker peeked with all 3 of those F3s. Yes, they would have taken some hits from the corner. Maybe that was their awareness there. They didn't want to take all those hits, but now look at this. They're crossing, and Joker just has a whole entire shooting range set up here. This is literally execution by firing squad right now. Nuke onto Rob, nuke onto High. And that's why the F3 is meta. You can just get kills so quickly. And yes, Origin's going to try to bounce back with kills on Milks here, and they're starting to look at Javi as well. Call Me Daddy's not going to be able to do a whole lot. Is CAC looking that way? No, but Reaction is. High gets picked off, and Joker just straight up execute Origin right now. Reaction still trying to chase Call Me Daddy. He gets traded for Javi. And now Alexum, Kami, the next target for Origin, but even then, they only have Playmaker on him. Core is being blocked by Paffy. And Playmaker himself was being surrounded by 4 tanks. And now Core is the next target. This one's just going to Joker too. 4-0 in less than a minute here. Down goes Cora. Whiskey now surrounded by all 5 surviving tanks. He just got his gun in the air. Origin are mentally checked out after that last game. They don't even care. Whiskey just got his gun. He knows, okay, this game's over. But we need to see a mental reset now for Origin. It is 4th down for them after this game. They have no more chances, as the next game that Joker wins gives them the tournament. Origin is going to have to win 5 in a row to take the tournament, but Joker just looking too unstoppable right now, guys. There we go. Very dominant Joker win there. After last game being the closest in the set, this one the least close. And the momentum is rolling to a halt for Origin right now. They really need to start firing up the chambers again. Fortnite having a good game, but yeah, Rob getting nuked in the crossing, man. That was tough. Joker was fully ready. Completely. 3 tanks at the rock being pushed. 3 tanks in the middle with the crossfire. It's just instant death. It'll actually be a 9-0. Oh my god. Yeah. This is wild. Alright. Aim 4, I got it ready up. I gotta hurry. Sorry, I meant to say game 5. This one's Desert Sands Origin pick, Joker's spawn. But for this set, it's not making a difference, guys. It's not making a difference. Joker just want to win every single game, complete the sweep, and claim yet another Grands. This would be 12 for Hobby. Very nice. So, Origin will have Desert Sands North, Joker with South, and Joker are running 350Ms, so they're running their meds. I think it's talked about yesterday how the meta used to be a lot of heavies on this map. Then there was one Grand Finals where Joker ran a bunch of mediums and caught everyone off guard and just completely blitzkrieged it. And then every season, more and more mediums have become meta. And recently, even as early as like earlier this season, there was still like strats where it was 5 meds, 6 meds on this map. But now the F3 coming in just shakes everything up and it's just the tank being spammed. So Joker's still holding on to their love of mediums just a little bit here with 350Ms this time around. And we'll see if we can complete the sweep with it. Origin rocking 6 F3s and their 7th being an E6. So you have to disagree with you? Nah, you if you haven't been gun blocked like that before, that's not getting greedy for the kill. If you're getting gun blocked like that on, I'm assuming you're still talking about New Bay. You're 100% wrong in that scenario, man. Like, I respect your opinion, but if you're getting gun blocked like that, there's literally nothing you can do. In a scenario where you can't move and get around it. But anyway, I'm going to move on. Guys, it's game 5. And our prediction was a little bit off for the timing, but it's fine. Oof. Joker's takeover? Michael, this is not a Joker's takeover. They've taken over this server since 2021, man. My first Blitz Cup stream, 2021, that was Joker's first season when I don't know if it's their first season. It was their first Blitz Cup, but I think it was their first season win. It was one of them. Maybe not their first. But literally since I've started streaming, it's been Joker on top. This is not a takeover. This is them defending their throne, defending the crown. Absolutely not a takeover. But here we go, guys. Game 7. Sorry, Game 5. When I say Game 7, I said that because I was like, I'm used to these guys being in a tiebreaker at match point. But no, this is Game 5. And the 50Ms from Joker are aggressing. A couple of them to the middle. Nice blind shot into high. And immediately getting spotted. They know they hit it. That's actually 2 into high. 1 into Fortnite from Steel. And Steel alone on the ship. On the plane. But he's going to bail. A couple more shots into Fort, though. And he's been hit pretty early with those 50Ms. And the F3's in the middle now as well. Joker have put 4 shots in, maybe more than that. I think it was 4 shots without taking a single hit of damage and without even committing anything to the dunes. And they find Whiskey alone. They know he's alone 100%. Do they go for that quickly? This is a tough position to dig out, especially because now Origin can rotate back a few tanks into the spawn. Joker, they don't care though. They're just going to go for it. Pai's going to have shots into the rear of Kami. They're going to go for it. Yeah, 100%. And Kami can get hit pretty hard here. Does Joker have a counter push into this? No. Kami's just going to get farmed. Little too over greedy for Joker. They thought, okay, we're just going to roll these guys. We're just better. But Kami's actually taken a lot of damage. And they are now down over 2,000 HP. Obviously, the mediums didn't help with that at all. But reaction incredibly low. Shots going in from under the rails here, and Joker just doesn't have any pressure on those tanks putting shots in for free. Reaction survives, but just barely. And in comes the counter push from Origin. They have Yarrow caught. Although I will say a bit of a crossfire with Steel. And Fortnite actually getting hit pretty hard in the counter push. Yarrow able to get that. Interesting. Where is all of Joker's guns? It doesn't look like they had much there, but they get the kill quickly. Just shows that those F3s can put that damage out fast, as well as 350Ms. Medium tank DPM is a lot higher than heavies. Kami's still fighting against Whiskey on the other side. He will eventually go down, but not before putting in a fire. Will fall, but Whiskey taking an extra 600 for that shot. And all of a sudden, the HP's not that far off. Javi having a bit of a fight against Call Me Daddy. The single shot DPM of the E6 will definitely be helpful, but in comes Krish to support. And yeah, he's looking for core, but really he wants to try to save his Captain Javi in here. They're going to go for that 2-for-1. Reaction going to come around, see if he can harass Cora, maybe turn the gun a little bit. He's low. Origin's gonna want to look for that kill. Instead, they find Yarrow in the middle, but Playmaker bouncing. Whiskey hits it, though. Bob and Rob 1v1ing. High is taking a bit of a little tour of the map. I guess he's trying to join the fight. Was assisting with Bob, but Cora's call was to bring him back over here. That's not a tour. That's just a rotation play. But unfortunately, this 116F3 is not fast at that. Bob gets the kill on the other side. HP still big favor of Origin, but they're down a tank right now, and if Cora wants to make a kill here on Steel, he's going to have to cross in front of Krish. Javi gets 2 shots, he gets the kill, and now all of a sudden HP difference very small, and Origin are down 2 tanks. Bob all the way in the back, winning that 1v1 against Whiskey. That's going to be really annoying. That wasn't Whiskey, I'm not sure who that was, no, that was Rob, but winning that 1v1 against Rob means that he gets to farm Whiskey in the back if he needs to. There we go, that's a big shot in allowing Krish to get that kill. Bob winning that 1v1 might have saved them this game. Now they have the advantage. 4v2, HP up. And Origin just completely running out of gas here. High having 2 shots in the clip. He'll be able to get the kill on Krish. If he hits this one, misses it. It's over, guys. Too many missed shots from Origin. And Krish able to keep himself alive here. Giving Reaction and Bob time. Playmaker gets the kill on Steel. I said it's over. Maybe it's not. It was looking rough for them. But Origin has the opportunity to kill the meds here, but Playmaker, though, he's on 311. 1 medium tank shot will get it, and Playmaker bouncing the kill. Now, High has plenty of shots to prevent Reaction from crossing, but in comes Bob from the side, gets the kill. High's going to have to 3v1 here, including 2 meds. That's 1 kill, but that's it. Can't get the rest. And GG's from Joker. Origin completely silent, and there's the sweep. There is the sweep. I thought Kami getting a little bit too overzealous, Reaction getting bled so much in the early game, but no, it doesn't matter. Doesn't even matter. Joker taking game 5 and sweeping Grand, 2nd season in a row. What a game. What a set. And congrats to Joker for becoming your Blitz Diamond Cup champions. GG's. That's it, y'all. That's it. That is Blitz Diamond Cup NA completed. Joker are your champions. They have won how many seasons in a row now? 4 or 5? They've won every season this year. And GG's. That's about it. I'll go ahead and hit up Javi now, see if he wants to interview. We'll give him a couple minutes maybe to celebrate with his team, take a bit of a drink, read up on chat. I'm sure they're all pumped up, but I will reach out to them in just a minute here. We got plot armor? I guess so, man. Game 3, that was Origin's only opportunity really to bring things back. And obviously, yes, game 5, yes, they had an advantage and Joker still won it, but like, down 4-0, set's over, man. That's tough. Now, if Origin won that 1v1, I think what was it, Rob versus Bob? That would have played out very differently. Whiskey wouldn't have gotten farmed in the rear. And that would have gone differently. But, I mean, it's really easy to comment on things after the fact, right? At the end of the day, it's the players that are reacting live, like in the heat of the moment, and making those kind of plays that win you a tournament. And Joker's proven that they can do that again and again. You're just so good. All right, I'll DM Javi. I'll just give him a call here if he responds. We'll see if he wants to do webcam or not. Either way, I don't really mind. 5-0 gun, yeah, man. GG's. I enjoyed this season. This was a fun one. I thought the teams were interesting enough that someone would give Joker a run for their money, but not this time. Not this time. Javi's typing. You want to join our VC maybe? Oh my goodness, I get to talk to the whole team. I get to talk to the whole team. All right, I'll join their VC if they want. All right. See if they drag me. They're not. Oh, wait. Hold on. Let me see if I can get in the official one. They're all in the official top 4 server. I don't have perms to join them, so I need to get dragged. Oh, no, they all went back to Joker server.
Alright.
Yo!
What's
good?
What's good, yo?
My soundboard thing pop up?
I have the soundboard muted. I am not listening to any soundboards.
Okay, thank God, bro.
I am
It's like-
not listening to any
it's like moaning in
soundboards.
your ear, bro. Like,
Yeah, no thank you. Alright, let me make sure that they can hear you. Awesome. Congrats on the win, guys. How you feel?
Thank you, guys. Let's go top from bottom. Bob, Kak, Kami, so on.
I feel good. I'm happy. You won.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we all feel good, right? It's 5-0 dub. We feel fucking badass.
Of course. Anything special about this season in particular?
Nah. Just another day in the office, dog.
Yeah, there were some washed allegations, against
Ooh.
There were some
guys.
individuals from the APX clan, specifically one that has cheese on his whiskers. He wasn't very pleased with one of our team members' performances, but that came up to bite him in the rear. When they.
Yeah, Mr. Lexum really proving himself, especially game 3, man. That was an awesome one to watch. Those gun blocks for the clutch. That was good. Holy cow. I think this season really highlighted the mechanics, I think, of the individual players really well. With, obviously that game 3, as well as game 1 against Apex and top 8, right? With the Steel 1v2. It shows that, mechanics matter just as much as having the good strats. So, this was good.
I feel like we had a very good balance because we had, very good strats as well, right? Like on Canal, for example, we completely caught out one of their 116s on the crossing, killed him in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, that was really good. I was nervous about Steele's position, though. I kind of predicted, I was like, he's pretty open on the left, and that ended up biting you in the butt. But yeah, the offense on game 2 was crazy.
I panicked,
yeah, that's fair.
But this team, if I make a mistake, I have 6 people I know I can trust to make up for it, and the same goes for everybody else.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah,
was there any particular?
So good.
Go ahead.
Sorry. We were just doing a little bit of experiment with spots and tanks. You don't really see T22 very often, so we just want to try that position out. He can go hold down, but unfortunately it kind of didn't work out. But we got the dub still, so it's whatever.
Yeah, I like the creativity idea. Did you guys think about putting any Type 5s? I know a lot of you invested in Type 5s. Unfortunately, it didn't seem like it was a very good investment.
That thing's terrible, dude.
Yeah, that thing is good.
It is terrible. Dude, apart from boosting on Alpin, what are you using that for? Seriously.
Oh my goodness.
Well, you don't have the tank coffee, so you can't speak about it.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm happy I didn't get it, dude. That's just expensive.
Yeah, I literally told Kami before top 8, I was like, if you invested in it and you don't use it at all, I'm gonna laugh at you. So this is me laughing at you, Kami.
Hey, what if it gets buffed in the future? It's just good to have it.
You know what?
It's true.
Maybe.
It's true, but then it'll be cheaper later, right? You pay the early access price.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It is what it is. We just got paid 2,200, so
yeah.
No, it's 2,300.
23, yeah. You get the extra 100 to offset the cost, man. There you go. You guys have anything?
More because I got teammates from Quebec and Brazil, so I'm getting 6.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Yo, split some with me.
Hey, Javi, I gotta pay for my new iPad, dude. Come on.
You're right.
Javi, am I getting my streamer cut?
Fuck yeah, fool. Hey, 34, what did you think about the set, though? I know, going in, you see Origin, they play pretty good versus...
I was not expecting a 5-0, I'll tell you that, man. They, after yesterday, I think, in particular, they put up a good fight. I was like, this one's going to be an instant classic, but it was an instant classic for a different reason. I would say. But that game 3, I think that broke them mentally. Game 4 was not even close. 5, I don't even know what the play was that brought it back for you guys. I thought when Kami pushed out like that it was just like, okay, this one's wraps. Reaction took hits as well.
That's it.
No,
yeah, I said that too.
It was the guys in mid just like survive for like how long, and then they just
Oh,
brought down HP.
yeah, they're counter pushing the middle. That's
right.
right.
1v1 doesn't mean
No,
shit.
but here's the thing, Bob. If you don't win the 1v1, like you don't have crossfire, you don't make one shots, and then you don't.
Yeah, because you guys killed Whiskey.
I'm gonna lose the 1v1. You think me? I'm gonna lose the 1v1?
Nah, never.
Oh, my bad, bro.
Yeah, fuck no.
Yeah, you're not gonna lose after we 1v1, Bob. Like,
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, why is Mr. Milks muted?
He's a little sleepy.
No, that's
I don't
fair.
know. We've been playing Blitz for quite a while today, and he's pretty
That's true.
fatigued in the brain.
You guys been EU scrimming at all?
Yeah, we played
Yeah,
B-Loves
a lot.
earlier for like fucking 28 games, dude.
Oh
I was
my.
27.
I'm actually 27.
Yeah.
6-7.
Shut up.
Let's for the next 3 months, dude.
Yeah, dude. Holy cow.
Mm.
No, that was
Shit,
good.
dude.
Javi, thank you for that interview as well, by the way. That video turned out really well. If you guys watched it or not, it was so good.
Yeah, that shit was valid, bro. That shit was fire.
Yeah, I was nervous about tournaments moving forward because if they're not doing a stream, then like that's just cooked in terms of effort. But I think it was just a one-time thing for what is it, Reforged coming?
I hope, bro. But honestly, that video was pretty cool, especially the way Bushka topped it off at the end. That shit was cool. Also seeing,
Chills,
like,
man.
Fishy and Fatness.
Dude, I had
Dude, that gave me the chills, man.
listening to him. Yeah.
100%. Yeah, I was hoping that someone would recognize Fishy because you know it's been a while
Yeah.
since he's done it, so that was a W.
Wait,
So
he
he
was
was
in the
solid.
interviews?
What's up?
Wait, what? What about Fishy?
Um,
Wow, dude.
Yeah, so I did the player interviews, and then at the end I did a little bit of surprise. I got some clips from a few guests just saying
Oh
good
my
luck.
God, dude.
And Fishy came out, Fatness came out, got 5 Wargaming staff, Bushka, and Rose from APAC. So it was really good.
You should watch that.
Should, yeah, it turned out really well. But yeah, anything else you guys want to say? I know you guys are probably still pumped off from that win. Although maybe, as you just said, it's another day in the office for y'all, so maybe not.
Nah, I got something to say. Like, I feel like this season, I mean, during the census shit, like, you can't really tell, like, how the season's gonna pave out, right? Because you're kind of just coasting until top 8 and top 4. But I feel like in top 4, it was really fun. At least yesterday, right? Yesterday it was, like, all over the place, you know? Like, Apex, you know, they got knocked out, but they look competitive all season. You know, Oblivion played out of their minds, right? And Origin played really good, too, right? But I think it just goes to show, like, where hard work pays off, right? Like, you know, we're so consistent and we're always at the top. Like, it's not just talent, right? It's hard work and a lot of hours that are put in behind the scenes, right? That keep us up here, right? So it's another season, right? But we'll stay tuned for next season and hopefully we'll win again.
Absolutely. We'll see what's in store. I'm hoping that it's soon, right? Reforge is just around the corner, so I'm gonna make sure we can fit
Yeah, do we
another
know if
one
it's
before.
before Reforge or after?
Don't know. No
Probably
info.
after.
If
Yeah, 'cause we
if
don't
I
know
knew, I
Reforge
couldn't
is.
tell you, but I don't even know. Although, like, considering how Ultra Test is going right now, I think the technical test has been pretty bad in terms of lag. So, if they have to keep pushing it out, then we might see another.
Dude, Reforged sucks. It should not be on Unreal 5, dude. It's
What do you
so
mean?
unoptimized.
I mean,
if it's optimized, it's fine though.
No,
Well,
dude,
that's the thing with Unreal Engine 5. Majority of
Yeah.
Dude.
5 games are
Dude,
unoptimized.
UE5 on a
no.
mobile game is fried in the brain, dude. Like, you're
I mean,
just gonna
since they
break your
removed
device.
commanders, I don't know. I'm kind of hyped for Reforged since they removed commanders though.
It is
Like,
nice.
It's fine if you
if
optimize
it-
it for
if the
PCs,
mobile
but you can't optimize
compatibility-
it. You can't. No,
Yeah.
it's horrible on mobile. You can't. It's so hard
Is
to
it?
optimize on mobile, dude. It makes
Oh.
it fries your everything. It makes your fucking iPad heat up like a bomb.
So what I'm hearing is one more
PC.
season on Dava. One more season
Oh,
on
hell
Dava
no.
engine left.
We'll play on PC, bro.
What?
Fuck it.
My guess is at least one more on Deva, but I don't know.
Yeah, oh, that'd be cool.
I think that's
Are
just
we
because
finally
Reforge
gonna
is
get a
going to take
meta
their time.
change? We're
Yeah,
finally
no
gonna
way.
get like a tier 10 overhaul, dude. That's been like 2 years or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. How long has it been? The F3 was what season? Or not the F3, the GFT.
I mean, no. I mean, I guess the F3 is new, but that's not really like a new meta. They just.
Yeah, I meant to say the GFT, sorry. When was the GFT?
2 seasons ago.
No, that was longer. Hang on, there was both.
It was longer than that, right?
I think it was the season before. It was X Cup.
Maybe.
X Cup.
Either way, it has been too long. I agree. Didn't they originally say they want to do it like once a season, like every 3 months?
Yeah, but
They
you know
haven't done
they've
it.
been working on Reforged like crazy. Like for example, like how long has it been since we had a new map in the game? Like what's the latest map in the
Lagoon.
game? It's like Lagoon. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that
like
was 2 years
3,
ago.
4 years. No, it's 3. It was in 2022, I think.
Something
Wait, no,
like
was it
that.
2023?
I don't remember.
Actually, no,
I
it
think
was
I talked about it the
2023.
other day and then I forgot what the date was. But either way, it was
Oh, actually, it was 2023.
not long ago enough. Or no, they need to do another one, I guess. I don't know. I messed that up, but you know what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I agree in the sense that, like, you know, now we know why there hasn't been much content in the game in the last 2 years or so. And now it's just more disappointing because you know that they have the capacity to do stuff like this, but they're just so worried about Reforged, which I guess makes sense, but you can't just neglect the current game.
Honestly, I don't even care about the current game. They better just knock Reforged out of the park. From what I'm seeing, dude, I'm scared.
Yeah.
Right. Well, what are you worried about right now? Like, let's say they fix the lag. Like, is there something you're worried about?
It's not the lag, dude. It's the optimization. That's the first problem.
Yeah. Okay.
You play for like 20 minutes, and your iPad's gonna heat the fuck up.
Oh. Yeah. I don't know then.
Yeah.
I don't know how they
I
do
don't
that.
have mobile, so I can't judge that, but that's the consensus that I've heard right now. So we'll see, I guess.
Dude, and we all have iPad Pros, bro. Imagine like the average player that just wants to hop on their phone. You know, this game's a mobile game first. I know it's people play on PC, but it's a mobile game first, and I feel bad for all the people on their phones that try to play this game when Reforged drops.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be fine, man. I'll be fine.
Your shit's getting nuked, my boy.
So Chris, you got some money now.
Straight
Gonna
up,
drop
Chris,
it
you
on
better buy
an
an
iPad
iPad
Pro
Pro.
or what?
Nah,
Chris
straight up,
already
yeah.
has 120 though. He's
If he
already
doesn't
got
buy
a
his
PS.
iPad Pro, I'm taking that price.
It doesn't matter, dude. The
What?
iPad opens
Why?
your
Dude,
third
the
eye.
Nemo hobby?
Huh?
Bro, this is that
That's
has
crazy.
mold on it.
Hey, but
What?
I'm gonna go eat, guys. I'm fucking hungry as fuck.
All right.
I'll be
Hey,
back in like 15.
I'll probably drop. You know, this is great. I appreciate hearing y'all. Yeah, nice. Okay, but yeah, thank you all for having me. It was nice joining the VC. Normally, just pull one person, but hearing from all of you. Is there anything else anyone wants to say? Mike is yours for a couple minutes.
Yeah, thank you again for streaming this season.
Yeah.
I love you, streamers. 34.
We love you, 34.
Thank you.
Mega
Mega
like
Lion,
34.
Mega Lion, yeah, I was forgetting his name.
We need more streamers, bro.
Low
We
key,
need like 2 more.
low key.
We need more players. All of you out there who think about playing comp, make a team. Don't be afraid to suck.
There you go.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
It's
So
true.
while you're trying to grind to get better, have fun, man. This is the game at the end of the day.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Sucking
All right.
is the most important part.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the words of wisdom.
homo.
You'll have a good night. Okay, I'm leaving.
Full homo.
All right.
See ya.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
All right. That was interesting. Anyway, but no, it was good insight from everyone. Hopefully that y'all learned a thing or two from them. A little bit of insight and just a little bit of discussion on Reforged. Hopefully, Wargaming, if you're watching, take notice. That's how people feel right now. Yeah, I enjoyed the tournament. It was a lot of fun. Hope that you guys did too. We still have 30 minutes left on the portal. Just a little less, like what, 25 minutes or so. So, I mean, we can hang out. We can play a couple games. But honestly, like, Grand Finals is done. That's a good way to end instead of like just playing games, I guess. I don't know. Could have some bad games. Like, I think I ended yesterday in a pretty rough one. So I'm gonna click through Discord real quick here. I'll go to BRB for a minute and I'll decide what we want to do. But I need to take some time, just get the communication all down. Make sure that there's nothing else that I need. And catch up on the chat as well in a minute because there was a lot of talk in the chat that I'd like to look at. So yeah, BRB as I manage a few things in the background and then we'll talk. Gotta unmute the mic. We're back. Welcome back, everyone. Yeah, we can just hang out for... How much time do I have left in the portal? Oh boy, I got 20 minutes left in the portal. I'll read up on the chat a little bit. Joker not doing well in EU though. Tenchi, that's not quite the case. There was that Blitz Rivals Cup. They were undefeated until Javi had to do stuff for work and he couldn't make the tournament. They were undefeated. First thing you bring up is soundboards. They wanted to troll me. No, apparently one of them had an explicit soundboard running, but I didn't hear it, so we're okay. I have soundboards turned off, and I'm very glad that I do. The chat, so surprised and flabbergasted. I know, right? What a surprising result. I will say, yeah, as I told them, I am not surprised by Joker winning. They're the best team in North America, I think, by far. I didn't expect a 5-0. Origin really gave them a run for their money yesterday. I thought that was going to continue today. But no, man, was not enough. Hoping for better grand finals, I agree, but it was still fun to watch. You know, it was still entertaining at the end of the day, just not quite as much volume in terms of like 9 games, you know, but I think the games were still fine. Tolian saying, I will watch your stream till the end to get crates. Let's go, Tolian. How are you? Hope you're well. It's what, 6 in the morning for you? That's funny if you're listening. Oh boy. That's fun. Could have a Tolian interview. I'm not going to make you do that. You're tired. No Tolian interview. Although that would be funny. Cliff Fair, make it a sunboard. That would be funny. Yeah, his trash talk didn't get backed up very well. That's for sure. Nobody good enough to beat Joker. I wouldn't say everyone sucks me. The teams are good. The teams in top 4 are good. They're consistently top 4. Like, excluding Oblivion, this is their first season, but all of their players are very consistently top 4. And the reason that people are consistent is because it's very clear that they are better than the rest of the server, right? Other teams are good. It's just, you know, it's all relative, right? All the teams are good. These top 4 teams that are so consistent, they are great. But only Joker is, like, they're a complete tier above. They're, like, legends, you know. Greatest NA tournament clan of all time. At this point, it's uncontested. Yes, people love Rain. I know people are talking about Rain. Rain has nothing on current Joker, man. Bring back offlines? They need to, man. I wish. I would love... It was always my ultimate goal as a tournament streamer to be able to speak at an offline. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Unfortunately, like, when I started in 2021... So I started streaming in 2020. I started doing tournaments in 21. I thought... You know, since they didn't do a tournament in 2020, they didn't do an offline, I thought maybe they'd bring it back after COVID, right? It's just a COVID excuse. And while originally that may have been true, I think that now Wargaming has realized they can run a tournament just fine with a lot less effort. They make their money just by doing crates and being, I don't want to say lazy, but lazy, if you know what I mean. Like, they can make money without all of this effort of hosting these events, so they might as well just print money that way. And while I don't agree with it, obviously as a company, that's the easiest way to go and less risky, so makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Meep, for the 5 super chat. 0734 and mods. That's great. Not the other. Wow. I appreciate it. Thank you for the 5. You guys are very kind. Thank you for the support. This has been a great season, very supported. Especially this being my first time doing a grands for Blitz Cup by myself. But yeah, Wargaming, they can print money and just by doing crates. So why like do a tournament, organize players travel, room and board, food, you know, the event, security, event logistics, all that sort of stuff, you know. That's a lot of effort. Doesn't help the better half of Origin left for Oblivion Cora to make 2 scraps. That's true. Cora definitely was a little bit low on players this season, but what it does show is that he beat them, right? He beat Oblivion, which are a clan that has half X Origin players, right? So having a good captain is very important, and not to say that Ranger's not a good captain, because Ranger did a great job. They kicked ass of Apex, who's been a solid team this season. But, you know, Cora being such a good captain and caller, and the way that he works his team is clearly what brings them to, the level that Origin's at right now. Because I would even go so far as to say, like, last season, Origin's roster wasn't the strongest in terms of players, but they completely destroyed Apex in top 4, in top 3 to make second place go back to Grands, where, in my opinion, that was one of Apex's strongest rosters ever. And Origin outplayed them in that season. So having a good captain and caller is just so important. And Core does a really good job with his team. It's just, when you get put against Joker that has not only the GOAT caller on NA, but 10 of the strongest players in the server as well, because Javi basically gets to pick from any player that he wants at this point. It's really hard to, prove yourself against that kind of roster. Yeah, Pickle's saying the same thing. Core still got his roster top 4. Says a lot about a captain. I'm not trying to say that his roster is bad, but there was a lot of inexperience. But he did have some good players like EU, Krim, and Playmaker. Krim is one of the best players that I've ever seen in terms of like actual Blitz players. He's really good. So I'm not trying to diss the roster overall. He had a good core. But, a team is 10 players. Splitting has to happen if you to beat Joker. Yeah, somehow you have to pull players away from Joker. And even then, Apex pulled players away from Joker. Tunnel and Panzer, Pharaoh. Even Blue has been on Joker in the past. Although I will say Pharaoh is more I associate with Apex than Joker. But like Panzer and Tunnel won, I think, a couple seasons on Joker. And they pull away. And arguably, I'd say they were 2 of the best players in that team at the time. I think they've fallen off a little bit, but not because they're bad players, but I don't think they have as much passion for the game anymore. I think that was Apex's weakness this season, was passion. Not everyone, because Blue worked very hard, Sherman Pagman worked very hard, DJ Derpy were there every time. We're Tuhan even. But like overall, you need 7 dedicated players, and I don't think Apex did. But Oblivion really picked it up this season as well. Like, they had a great time. Their start was very rough. Not to speak ill on them, but I've talked to them about this before. Like, I think it was N13 that I had this conversation with, maybe Dizzy, maybe Bob. Bob's not on the team anymore, but he was. But at the beginning, they were not looking great. Like, I was playing with Apex in scrims. I was also playing with the BLM in scrims, which is Platter's team. And not to say that they're bad, but they're not a top 4 team. And I think we beat Oblivion. It was either 9-7 or we went 8-8. And a separate scrim, I think, was 10-6. This could be off the top of my head. I might be getting those numbers wrong, and I'm not trying to say that, do this to flex on, oh, we're better than Oblivion. But, like, they started off rough. That's a team that Oblivion shouldn't be losing to, in theory. And so they picked it up a lot, coming back to 4-0 Apex in top 4. Get 3rd place. They've had a good run. And they've improved a lot this season. Definitely the most improved team. Obviously, they were full of good players from the start, but still. Had bad mood yesterday. It happens, Dizzy. It happens. Top 4 day 2 works with picks and bans. Oblivion Joker play the best maps. So no, the square state would not have reflected the taste. Yeah, that's another point, I guess, TK, is that, yeah, yesterday's maps were randomly assigned by Tullian, and today's were all chosen by the team captains. This morning, all the captains got in VC with Tullian, and they pick and ban maps according to the ones that they like the most, although it's a little weird, because when you pick a map, again, the other team picks the spawn, which is way more important, so oftentimes that's what matters, and for the first set, it mattered for most of them. Went from interview to standard voice shit, yeah, pretty much. Normally I just talk to one person and have a set list of questions off the top of my head, but this time it was better just to have that conversation, let people talk about it. Nikki Tolian, 7 in the morning? Oh no. 7 in the morning, that's terrible. Awful. Where you can get a reward, you watch through the portal, but the portal's going to be over in 15 minutes. I don't think I need to show the portal again, do I? A tutorial on how to open the portal. Hopefully everyone's got there by now. Hopefully. Maybe not. Discord, check a few things up. Sorry, just reading Discord. I got a lot of messages. Someone's saying Akame's Wi-Fi died. Really? On Canal, like last second? That's terrible. That is unfortunate. Mista just pinged me, 1 up platoon. I think I'm not gonna play today. I think I'm just gonna hang out and chat last 10 minutes. People should start, if you've been watching since the beginning, you should start getting your full rewards around now. Very soon. Yeah, thank you for the offer, but I'm just gonna chill. I don't want to follow some very top tier grand finals gameplay with my own crappy type 5 heavy and gravitizing. I hit some fun shots yesterday and also had some pretty terrible games as well. So I'll just relax. You can hear me clicking around a little bit in game, but you know, I don't plan on playing any games. My voice is also pretty tired. Making the cash cow killing the community, 100%. Yeah, no, they're lazy, and I'm not saying that's a good thing at all. I hate it. They're just milking the game for everything they can, especially the past month. Type 5 crates, needing to buy 50 of them to get the charms, whereas normally it's 25, 30, and now it's 50. It's just milking the game for money. And Wargaming knows if they make a new crate, they can make tons of money. So they'll just print out a new crate every couple weeks. And it's less effort and it'll make them more money than a tournament will. Because a tournament's risk, right? You have to get sponsors, you know, and you have to drive people to make purchases. And it's not always clear how an offline tournament drives sales. Unless you can market it really well, which also takes effort. And you have to have a good marketing team for that. And also make good like rewards in game for the existing players to be like, oh, how can I invest in this? Which their whole I guess fundraising thing that they did, you know, the bundle that you could buy for the Blitz Cup rewards, that was good. That was something. But other esports are a lot more dedicated with that. They have like skins for the teams, right? Where each of the teams, like Joker would have a clan skin that you could buy for a tank. Your Origin would have a skin. Sometimes it's for like the players, like your player skin, like in Fortnite or something. I don't think Fortnite does it. Actually, they do. They have like pros as skins. But like Overwatch, you could have a skin for the character that you like to play. For Blitz, obviously, it would be tanks. But there's just so many better ways that I think Wargaming could do. And I know Tolian has esports experience, and I'm sure if she had the permission to do all this stuff, she'd do a really good job. But it's not like Tolian's decision to just do, oh, we're going to make a 40K tournament and we're going to not do a stream and all that stuff. That's not Tolian's call. To my understanding, right? She's answering to the suits. The people, the business people. I'm sure if she had full creative freedom, we'd see some pretty awesome stuff. And I'm hoping that Reforged changes things too for tournaments. I have to say, a lot of the answers in the interview, I didn't think I was very impressed by, like the whole bigger maps, different maps thing. Like, I think that's unrealistic. Things that I would want to see in terms, like I thought Cora's idea was really nice with the whole like better promotion using like the videos in the game. I liked that idea. I liked Ranger saying the meta needs to change faster. I agree. It's kind of frustrating that we've had pretty much the same meta tanks for the past year at this point almost. I mean, I don't remember exactly when the last meta was, which was the 113 GFT. I think they said that was X Cup, but I don't remember if that's 100% accurate or not. But like, it's been so long. We haven't had any meta changes other than them changing one single tank, the F3, just to make it broken overpowered. So we need to see new tanks show up soon, in my opinion. So there's that. But I was hoping for answers like new formats, where like right now it's all just PYSs or qualifiers, and it's one of those two. And the reason that Wargaming doesn't do anything else is because they don't want to spend the development resources that are required to make new formats. Like something that I really wanted to see was a Swiss bracket where all of the teams are in one pool and the matchmaking is random. So all the teams start out 0-0, and then half the teams win, half the teams lose. So then you have two different groups. You have the 1-0 group and a 0-1 group. And then matchmaking is random within those groups. And then you'll have a quarter of the teams that are 2-0, a quarter of the teams that are 0-2, and then half the teams are 1-1. And then you have a random matchmaking pool depending on what your record is. And that continues for however long. So usually it goes until there's one undefeated team, but it doesn't have to really. It just depends on, I guess, how you want to run it. But typically I would say that's the best way of doing it. But that doesn't take that many games to get down to it, right? If you have a team of 64, you start out 0-0. After one game, half of them are not undefeated anymore. So you're at 32, then 16. So after 2 games, you're down to 16. And then a third game, you're down to 8, and then 4, then 2, and then 1. So it only takes 6 games for a group of 64. And North America, at least, doesn't even have 64 teams that play. So that would be like a really interesting way to get the seeding done quickly. And then from there, you could have like playoff groups or stuff like that. But overall, I'm hoping that Reforged gives us the opportunity to do different formats of tournaments, change up the rules a little bit. Maybe even like a new game mode would be fun. We'll see if a new game mode's cooking. I know right now Wargaming's more worried about getting the thing functional rather than making things really nice with new features and all of that. But those were some of the ideas that I had, was maybe new formats and also new rewards for like players to support tournaments, being like, again, buying a skin that supports their favorite clan or an avatar of some kind, like being able to maybe buy these esports crates rather like I don't like crates, so let me make that clear, but even being able to like buy crates and contribute to the prize pool, crowdfunding, all of that stuff could make tournaments way better in my eyes. Crates have been ridiculous. I agree. I've never liked gambling from the start. I think it's predatory, but even like just some way to support tournaments, I think more would be really nice to see in Reforged. Yeah, in my entire time of Blitz, I've never been into gambling. Start getting forwards around now. Yeah, timing, man, timing. Thanks for the narration. Appreciate it, T-Fod. I had a lot of fun with it. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it as well. This is my 5th year doing Blitz Cups. My very first Blitz Cup was 2021, which was also Joker's first Blitz Cup win, so been doing this for a while. We'll see how much more I have in me. I don't know. Don't know if I can keep going. Thank you. You're welcome, Schwartzen. Alright, just 3 more minutes looks like left on the portal, a little less. We'll keep hanging out. I can talk for 3 more minutes, I think. I've been talking for the last 15, 20. Of course, got a lot of things that I want to say. But at this point, I think I've said most of them. Just wing it. 10v10 tournaments. That wasn't a bad idea, I suppose. 10v10 is interesting. I think introducing new maps for tournaments only is never going to happen. That's so much development resources, and you might as well just use those in the games. But even then, like, obviously, new maps would be nice to have in Reforged, so I agree with that sense. But I think making separate, like, new, bigger maps for tournaments only, I don't know if I would like that. I don't think it's realistic either. I think that's the least likely thing to happen. But 10v10 tournaments, I agree, could be interesting. Having different formats for tournaments being, like, other than just tier 10 7v7, like it has been every single season for the entire history of Blitz, with the exception of one. There was one season, I think, where tier 8 was the big tournament, was tier 8. I think it was just an off season anyway, and that one, people really don't even think about that tournament. It was so long ago. I think that was even before I started streaming, because I don't really remember it at all. That might have been when I was on my Blitz hiatus and just didn't play the game. But yeah, having things other than tier 10 77, that's another good idea. Like 10v10 would be cool, even like a 5v5 with either the full maps or with like the half maps that some of the quick tournaments have, like the 2v2s and the 1v1s have like the half maps. That would be interesting, seeing more versions of those half maps, because right now it's been like the same 10 or 12 of them for the past 3 or 4 years. So having new divisions up of the maps for like small tournaments. Doing something in Tier 9. Tier 9 I think is a pretty underappreciated tier in terms of balance, although right now, since like they've added things like the 752U and the K91 and the Ritter, it's pretty dominated by paid tanks, 50 TP prototype. But if there was a little bit of a Tier 9 rebalance, then Tier 9 would be a really interesting one, because I would say other than those few top collector and premium tanks that dominate the tier, there's a lot of interesting variety and balance in Tier 9 to the point where I think it needs to be appreciated more. And that's the other thing to think about, right, is for the entire time tournaments have been a thing, it's pretty much all divided into the even tiers. You have 10, 8, and 6. For the quick tournaments, you never really have 7 or 9. I don't think there's ever been a tournament that's just Tier 7 or just Tier 9, other than these recent 1v1s, which I don't really count. But like having different tiers for a tournament could be interesting, although of course all the pros love Tier 10, stick to Tier 10. I agree, for the majority of tournaments it should be like that. But maybe having one random off season where, oh, how do these pros adapt to the Tier 9 meta? Could be an interesting idea. I don't hate 10v10. Would have to have bigger teams, but I think that was already spoken about. These get Blitz Diamond Cup crates. You guys should get them soon. Yeah, Cuddy, there was a bug where a lot of the crates were opened automatically. I had that myself. I wanted to open the crates on stream today, but couldn't. But oh well. A lot of people like to get, you know, the rush of gambling by opening the crate and seeing it open, but it's fine either way. I don't really care too much. Thanks, Bob, for the sub on YouTube. All right, guys, I think that's about it. We'll go ahead and call it now. You guys should be gotten all your rewards at this point. Rewards portal closed about a minute ago. Real quick, guys, if you're still here and you're on YouTube and you haven't subbed yet, please give me a subscription. I would love to have my channel, you know, increase proportionally to the amount of viewers that were here today. It's a lot more than I normally get, so if just a few of you guys would sub, it would make a big difference to me. And normally I mainly stream on Twitch, although the past 2 years that really hasn't been the case. I've been doing both at the same time, but I have a Twitch as well. And that's it. I don't really think I have anything else to talk about, and the rewards portal is up, so most of you guys are probably gone anyway, so we can go ahead and call it here. Don't know when the next tournament will be. Don't know if I'll be around for it. Don't know what things are. Everything's kind of up in the air right now, so we'll see what's cooking, but I guess until next time, yeah, we'll call it here. So stay safe. Happy tanking.